per 10 pool and buy it.
Damn, man, you lost your 50-50? At least the next one's guaranteed, right? Right?
Bro, are you gonna buy it or not?
Yeah, I'll buy it, man. Yeah, I mean, you got Zell. I'm running out of money, man.
Send it.
Damn, this is brand new. See, he ain't charge it though. Maybe something is charging next time. What's the next thing you selling? Laptop? $25? I'll send you a check. Another laptop? $25? Give you a cashier's check this time. Bet. I'll sell you. I'm a cash app. I'm gonna send it through mail. I'll send it to carrier pigeon. I will pay you. Did you get her?
No. I ain't get her. I ain't get her. But I think my next 10 pool, I'ma get her. So, I mean, I ain't got nothing else to sell, but you know, $20, you know what they say on the street, so, you know, I can do a little, you know, $25.
Yo, no, what the fuck? What do you mean, can you suck my dick? You think you could buy me? Huh? You think you can just get anything you want, huh?
No, it's just that.
Bro, how you still not get her after selling me all this shit, man? Like, what is going on, bro?
There's no guarantee for the 50-50 to win, so I lost 5 50-50s in a row. Every 4-star requires 11 copies to max it out, so you might not even get a max constellation 4-star because it costs 11, so it might take like 60 of them bitches to get that motherfucker.
11 copies?
Yeah, so I mean, I know it sounds kind of bad, but you know, Genshin Impact, the rate's kind of worse. The rate is 0.6. Wuthering Waves, the rate is 0.8. And this game, it's 2%. We have a 2% chance to get a guaranteed 5-star. It's way
I thought Infinity Dicky was bad. Dang.
Combined, I think that's the right math. So, yeah, if you don't mind, if you can give me $25, then you know, I can.
Oh no! Oh no!
Get out! Get out! Yo, get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out! Get out of my house, man! Get the fuck out! Can't wait for Do It Night Abyss. At least it's free.
Night Abyss. Oh, no way. What the fuck? I walked in, I'm not doing this stuff. I didn't description. Like, $1,800. $25 is $25. Oh, he replied. So is that a yes? It ain't gay to kiss your home. But that is here to save us. Actually waiting for Duet Night Abyss. All these games I want to play, but no, we're sticking with Azur Lane. Got my here. Better is suing AI companies.
Hello guys and gals, me Mutahar, and what if I told you Reddit actually did something good? What if I told you Reddit just exposed a pretty big grift, a pretty big scam if you will? Now look, I know that I've been talking a fair bit about that whole AI stuff, but ladies and gentlemen, let's start small here, okay? How do you get one of these chatbots, how do you get one of these LLMs to think the way that they do, okay? How do you get them to understand the world? Well, you feed them data. Now, for instance, you can feed them all kinds of data, okay? You can grab the 4chan extensive poll database with hundreds of thousands of rows. Now, this database, as you can imagine, is pretty naughty. It's got some pretty bad things going on, okay? It's got some pretty dirty language being thrown. But a whole bunch of people downloaded this information, put it into a bunch of cells, and those cells can then be fed into training models. They can be tokenized. They can be used to create small little language models that you can run locally and you can talk to. In some cases, there have been YouTubers that have used this actual data set, made a 4chan chatbot or LLM, and actually used it on the 4chan website, where it actually kind of sat there for, I believe, an entire day, writing some of the most racist, abhorrent, filthy shit, and nobody was really the wiser. So obviously there are risks with this data set. For instance, the potential for offensive content.
Yes,
Yeah, no
funny.
shit, bro. It's the fucking poll database. What do you expect? But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, you know, real LLMs that people use on a day-to-day basis, like ChatGPT or whatever the hell you want to use, need all the data they can imagine, okay? Every single bit of data from human beings. And to do that, they have to scrape the internet. Now, in a lot of cases, Reddit is one of the biggest sources for information on the internet. And in some cases, they've actually made deals with Google to the tune of $60 million. Around 2 years ago, I talked about it, where they would basically license out your user-generated content, because let's be goddamn honest here, 100% of Reddit is, from what I understand, user-generated content, okay? It's just people writing posts and a whole bunch of moderators having a whole power trip for a whole $0 a year salary, okay? But anyways, Reddit decides, okay, we're just gonna license out this information to places like Google, because let's be honest here, when we use Google, we type in our entire like search term, and then we do space Reddit, because generally speaking, the humans on Reddit probably give better answers than the dog shit search results of Google on a day-to-day basis. So anyways, Reddit makes a bunch of money doing this, and I think they want to make like $20 billion doing this shit. Well, what about people who are like, fuck Reddit, I'm gonna not pay for it, I'm gonna get this information for free? Well, Reddit doesn't take too kindly to that, and they basically concocted a pretty impressive, I guess you could say, a sting operation. And it actually worked. So anyways, this is a 54-page lawsuit between Reddit and 3 companies. So SERP API, Oxy Labs, AWM Proxy, well actually 4 companies, and Perplexity AI. You know the guys who made the comment browser? Yeah, all these companies are just fucking suing each other. So let's actually read this and talk about what's going on. So Reddit brings this action to stop the industrial-scale unlawful circumvention of data protections by a group of bad actors who will stop at nothing to get their hands on valuable, and it is valuable, copyrighted content on Reddit. So again, it's your user-generated shit that Reddit wants to keep safe. Remember, Reddit doesn't give a fuck about you, okay? They don't give a fuck about the user. What they give a fuck about is using the information you post and selling that on their terms to Google or whatever fucking organization they want, okay? They do not care about you. I'm not here to pitch Reddit as this altruistic good guy. Really, they're trying to keep their nuts safe. That's what's going on. So they mentioned these 3 companies, Oxy Labs, AWM, and SERP API, which again, they say it's a Lithuanian data scraper as Oxy Labs is. AWM is a former Russian botnet. What the fuck? And then SERP API is this Texas company.
Okay, I have enough. I have enough. Let's do a 10 build. First, enhance.
ここには面白い。わらわにここまで尽くすとは。
Lolly
指揮
Baba.
官様。
That should be enough space. Here. Tempesta event. And build. This will be the 3rd build, I guess. Let's go.
ここはどこなの？すみません。ランダン級の。待て。
We did it! We got lime! Finally!
警戒範囲内の安全係数は合格。お初にお目にかかる指揮官。私はライム。これからお前と共に戦う。さあ、指示を。
Why does she It's like a lie to a rescue army. Lies to these. Go get a skirt. Wasted potential. What do you mean wasted potential? Tag you line. Wait, wasted potential this way? No. That's perfect. Leotards are great. Oh my god. Nice. No way. Back to back.
あんたが噂の指揮官ね。
She's not on the bench.
なかなかやり手じゃない。で、次はどこ行く？あんたはもちろん この世のすべてのお宝を手に入れる覚悟よ。にゃっはははは。
Yes way.
ロンドン級の末はじめましてしあんたが指揮官くん栄光をか
Oh, that was the last 110. Wow. Oh yeah, she is on it. 2.5. Oh, Ganji Shelly. Fancy underneath. Oh, they have things underneath. You don't want to get them. One with the new one. So, within that 2.5 cans of 2.5 cans will be that shit. So, it's gonna be impossible. But not improbable. We can do it. Halloween lucky box. We're gonna get that before we get that.
いらっしゃいませ。
Any coins. Let's go through the battle. We get coins through exercise. And while that's loading. Azur Lane fan.
That publicly advertises its shady circumvention tactics. So to show you what SERP API is, you can actually purchase this for yourself. And you know when I showed you a local LLM that I had, instead of using like SeerXNG, like your local like search engine, you can purchase access to SERP API and have it scrape information for you. So for instance, I looked up Halo Remake and it looked up, so this is what the page looks like to you. Now what SERP API does is it grabs information about everything that you're seeing. And LLMs will take this information and use it to, feed back information to the user, right? So the allegation here is not that they're opening up Reddit, for instance, right? It's the fact that the search engines, for instance, SERP API, will do the same thing that I talked about, where again, you type in Halo Remake and Reddit. Now, of course, obviously, what they look for over here is mostly the snippet sections, right? Or for instance, they want to look at, again, just people talking about this, whatever they can scrape from Google SERP or Google's API, instead of directly going into Reddit. And sometimes, you know, if you're looking at Reddit over here, you might get the answer through like the Gemini prompt up top, or you might just get the answer in this little section. And that is one of the things that was being scraped. And of course, other companies like Oxy Labs will kind of do this. SERP API, for instance, wouldn't even be something that Google would have.
29. Oh, I got 29 likes. Thank you everybody for like.
Vegetoid. Oh, I hate this guy. I'm gonna try talking it out. I'm gonna try talking it over with this. Plants can't talk, dummy. Oh, I'm so fucking stupid. I forgot about that.
Mario, bro, recommended it. 69.
Here's
nice.
Dundertale. This looks like a fan-made Earthbound game, I guess. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look very good. Flowey. I'm Flowey. This is for kids. This is a kid's game. That is your soul. Your soul start. This is a little kid's little baby game, isn't it?
Instead of directly going into Reddit. And sometimes, you know, if you're in complexity, our goal is for people's curiosity to be sort of like tamed because they're so titillated with the thirst of knowledge. And I don't necessarily believe Reddit gives a shit about the open internet.
Also getting fat. No, Colin. One of them got away. The big one got away.
Strange. You guys know, I've been streaming for 10 years. Last week was kind of the first time that I ever really like spoke about a topic or like something that happened to me. And honestly, I'm really glad that I did, and I'm proud that I did. And I feel like I have to see it to its conclusion, if that makes sense. Not just for myself, but for the way I kind of feel like a lot of people are involved.
The retard in jail.
It just affect me.
Ugh.
So that's why. Sorry about my voice. I'm very nervous in case you can't tell. But I knew that this stream had to be done today. So.
Super jail.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah. So I guess might as well get started. Not, you know, stall too much or anything. You know, there's a lot of people here who don't normally watch, and if you're wondering, yes, I do normally run 20-minute intros. And yes, my community at least claims that they like it. I think that they like it. I like playing
they hate it.
songs for you guys, but
They
anyway,
hate it.
yeah, anyway. You don't like it? Okay, well, I'm probably gonna do stop reading chat now as well, but you guys can say whatever you want. Ooh, so, yeah, like I said before, it's been a pretty crazy week, and a lot of things have happened since the last time that I streamed in relation to what I talked about last week, the whole TwitchCon incident. Some other things happened that kind of pushed me to talk about a lot of things that I want to talk about today. So, as you can see, I wrote out my notes, and not only that, I have even more notes. So, yeah, if it seems like I'm like reading a script or something, it's because I wrote super detailed notes because I wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah.
It's a lot of notes.
So,
There's a whole lot of
I think
notes.
everyone knows about last week, the stuff that happened at TwitchCon.
Not a good time.
I was assaulted, and the guy was able to leave the venue, basically.
Saw that on video.
Okay, so like intro, first thing that I want to talk about is I did see the Twitch tweet that I believe went out yesterday.
Uh-oh.
I was literally on a Discord call with my friends, and they were like,
Uh-oh.
"You see that? There's a time where
Yeah, sure.
where adults, right? During the
Oh, what your mega evolution? Okay, this will be cool. I love these types of things.
Honey, did you put estrogen in the dog's food bowl? That's kind of a weird question, babe. Why do you ask? No reason. So, Pokemon. So last week, to the joyous cries of every hyperfixator out there, Pokemon Legends ZA came out. Yay, Legends ZA so brave, go kiss a man! And with that release comes a plethora of new Mega Evolutions to add to the batch. And over the years, there have been plenty of debates over which designs are good, which are overrated, and which are just plain lazy. But no one has dared to ask the question, which Mega Evolutions can say the bad word for gay diva? Well, someone has to be the brave soul to take on this query, and in the Big 25, I shall take on that risk. For anyone new here, hi, I'm Blake. A lot of y'all think my name is Jake. It's not! I've noticed more people tend to remember my name is Blake if I whip the operacy out for it. Today, we will be going through every Pokemon Mega Evolution that we know about as of recording this, and figuring out which one is gagging this life, which one is boots momming the house down for your life, for your nerves, for the gods, which one... Now you may be asking, Blake, you hot millennial who is not at all cringe, what is the bad word for gay? Well, I am here to help you. You know when you're shopping for groceries and the auto checker is like, would you like a bag for your groceries? Hell yeah, I would. Bag it. Finally, what is a Blake Jennings video without a visual aid? So allow me to give you the tier tour. First, a classic, invented the word. Like God bringing the 40-day flood, these divas brought this word into society and made it so saying a slur can sometimes be kind of fun if you're allowed to say it. I'm just waiting for that one comment to be like, anybody can say a word, I'm so cool. I work 2 jobs. Do you think I give a rat's ass what comes out of your little pissant mouth? Say whatever words you want, diva, but do not come crying to me when Ronnie, the guy you didn't know was out at your gym, meets you in the parking lot and you meet your maker a little too early. Next tier, yell have. It's just hell yeah, but the first letters are switched. Tell me I'm funny, tell me I'm funny. A very standard yes. I'm not peeing my pants over it, but you're good, diva. You're good. Next tier, the Carly Rae Jepsen patented her music invented it. Miss Carly Rae Jepsen emerged from a bottle of poppers like the birth of Venus and said, let all risks within my presence atrophy. She may be straight and admittedly obsessed with her fiancé, but you do not get to write a song like Run Away With Me without me pelting the pass at you SpongeBob snowball style. Next tier, Now by Jessie J. Self-explanatory. Hit it loud, Bob lady. These are for people that are most likely ally. I don't see any malice in their actions, but all parties, including them, do agree that they probably shouldn't say it. Next, another classic, Guantanamo Slay. Now, this is a little different from Guantanamo Bay in the sense that this is not a final sentence, but more of a rehabilitation center. They will be shown gay media, they will have a gay therapist, they will be so exposed to it that it means nothing to them. Then they will go on their merry way and listen to a Joe Rogan podcast and realize, oh, maybe he's not as centrist as I thought he was. Now, you may be asking, Blake, what could possibly be worse than Guantanamo Slay? And I will tell you, Travis Kelce Wood Reaction Purgatory. You have to sit there and watch on loop for all eternity Travis Kelce's first listen to the Taylor Swift song that is allegedly about his monster. Genuinely, I cannot think of a better way to make someone repent anything they did. You could get me to regret drinking water if I was sent there. And without further ado, let us begin. Starting off with Mega Venusaur. So when Venusaur Mega evolves, he gains an ability called Thick Fat, which for personal reasons makes me want to say yes. I do not care. Call the cops. Crucify me. Put me up on that cross if you have to. We will make an Easter 2 up in here, and I will rise again in 3 business days in accordance with the scriptures to remind you that I love large men. Also, he's floral. Zara Larson fan confirmed. Yell hell. All right, next up we have Mega Charizard X and Y. Fight me in the parking lot if you have to. I'll be there first. I'll be the one holding a bat. If Fox News existed in the Pokemon universe, meet your 2 co-anchors. I cannot tell you the fatigue I have for anything Charizard related in 2025. The median Charizard fan nowadays is essentially the 3rd Paul brother. It should lower your credit score immediately. Enjoy hearing about Travis's schlong for the rest of your life. I relish in the knowledge that you will hate it. Next up is Mega Blastoise. So Blastoise has always given off that vibe of like the quarterback who's nice to the gay kids. Think like Finn from Glee. And the Mega Virgin, he said you can keep those 2 little Nerf guns, baby. I got that fang on me now. And if there's one thing I know about gay people, it's that they are size queens. So Carly Rae, pass you go. All right, Mega Beedrill, it's your time to shine. So when Beedrill Mega evolves, it learns a skill called adaptability. Verse Queen. And bees in general are also super matriarchal, so if a verse diva who worships Queen Bee isn't getting in, then frankly none of us are. Invented the word. Also, I gotta ask, because I feel like there's a culture shift. Is it like super chuggy millennial of me to like have an unwavering idolatry of Beyonce? And I'll wear that title with pride, but it's truly just curiosity. Like if somebody pushed back on Beyonce when I was in high school, you'd get shoved in a locker. The teachers knew that. But I digress. Anyway, back to the gay little game. Next on stage, we have Mega Pidgeot. I mean, they just made the bird more bird, so initially I'm not gagging at this, I gotta be honest. Until you look at his Mega ability, and it's called No Guard. Canonically a gay video game enthusiast. Gays hate blocking. They will dodge like they are salaried to do so, but do not even bother giving them a shield. That is a waste of money in this economy. When I found out a majorly important combat mechanic in Expedition 33 was parrying, I almost called the Trevor Project. And you bet your ass I never did it a single time and still beat the game. So Pidgeot, you get me. Yell have. What is it, me? Oh, me, you wouldn't believe it. I had the worst nightmare where I was a YouTuber A loud one. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. That sounds worse than just about anything. You should just go back to sleep and forget that all happened. Oh, but it's too bright out now. Ooh, yeah, that is pretty bright. Sounds like you need a mask from the sponsor of this video, Manta Sleep. What are you looking at? Manta Sleep makes premium, highly adjustable masks that help people like this guy lock in on his sleep. Oh my god, it wasn't a dream, I'm a YouTuber! Hey, could you like shut up for a second? I'm trying to give Manta Sleep their flowers. It's a really good product. Oh, my bad. Continue. Whatever, you already ruined it. Anyway, here, take the mask, try it on. Oh, this is nice! See? And no light sneaking through that mask, right? Not an ounce! And it's not pressed against my eyes? That's right. The cup style I have a second mask. The cup style eye covers make sure that your eyes don't feel pressed against, so you get maximum comfort. Big plus for our skincare girlies. I am a skincare girly. But what if a quirky lad like me wants 10% off? So you're not gonna believe this. Link in description? Link in description! Wow, that was so generous of Manta Sleep to sponsor this video. So true. Too bad this is just a dream. I'm sorry, what? Oh, sorry, dozed off there. Anyway, back to gay stuff. Next up, Mega Alakazam. I mean, it's a psychic type. Heterosexuality was just a hypothesis to them, okay? It's never been proven to exist. Being gay is a choice. Explain psychic types then. Oh, nothing. Interesting. And I gotta be honest, Mega Alakazam looks like the type to swarm the comment section of gay thirst traps on Instagram. He may be a genius, but he does not stand a chance against a demon twink with a double-digit credit score and a pass. That sentient toothpick will bleed Alakazam's bank account dry. And that does put him into a solid yell. Yeah, congratulations. All right, time for Mega Slowbro. Aw, he uses protection. Not in a gay man I've ever seen, so nope. That was a joke, but it is a rampant issue in the gay community currently, so if you gain nothing else from this video, it's use protection. Please be safe. All right, next up we have Mega Gengar. Mega Gengar to me seems like the type to eat cigarettes. So a Lana Del Rey stand, yell, hey it is. Mega Kangaskhan, step on up. I'm gonna say Carly Rae pass almost exclusively because I think it would be really, really funny to see this little diva pop out of its mom's Kangas Cussy and say, sup? I need no further explanation, you know I'm right. Please welcome to the stage, Mega Pinsir. Oh, the Tylenol jumped out with this one. You know that phrase, if you put enough monkeys in a room with a typewriter, eventually they'll produce Shakespeare? Mega Pinsir is what would happen if you threw these guys in there instead. That being said, phenomenal design. Do not ever doubt the artistic abilities of somebody who would be described in the South as just a little different. All that being said, Bug's icky, so no. Time for the investment queen herself, Mega Gyarados. Mega Gyarados, to me, comes off as that mom who is obsessed with her gay son. Admittedly, she used to be a little homophobic in high school, but who wasn't at that time? But now she's into whatever her son is into because it's her son, damn it. So he said he wanted tap shoes at 5, and it basically all snowballed from there to the point where she is now running the local Portland Pride Parade. And that's Portland, Oregon. The one that is somehow the gayer of the two Portlands. Can't spell Gyarados without gay. Carly Rae pass. All right, next up we have Mega Aerodactyl. Oh, I could go on about this. This is straight guy Jesus. This is the patron saint of not washing your ass in the shower because it's a little gay. They worship this freak, and it is just a dinosaur. Go girl, give us nothing. What, it mega evolves and you put a little charcoal on it and all of a sudden I'm supposed to care? Don't you dare patronize me. Travis Kelce would purgatory. I would bet my left cheek that he adores Aerodactyl. Next we have Mega Mewtwo X and Y. X cannot say it, no tier. Y can say it, yell how. What's your logic on this? I'm so glad you asked. Ponytail, moving on. All right, Miss Mega Ampharos. Make way for mother. This bought 7 bags of hair, glued that shit on, walked up to the player character and said, hey little you are now obsessed with me for the next 4 to 6 years. Congratulations. And she was right. That's exactly what I did. Invented the word. All right, Mega Steelix, step on up, girl. They bedazzled bro. He got bro dazzled. This is Ally Incarnate. Talk Mega Steelix.
Ally.
He has a bi wife. He is going to the Magdalena Bay concert by choice. He lets that bi wife paint his nails. He does think Ethel Cain is a type of fish, but it's okay. His heart's in the right place. Carly Rae pass, and I don't want to hear a soul say shit about this, okay? We need men like Mega Steelix at our pride festivals. Grow up. Step on up, Mega Caesar. Mega Caesar. Sounds like Chaperone's target audience, am I right, ladies? All right. It was a lazy joke. I get it, okay. Ukulele apology video incoming from my lesbian audience. Don't even worry about it. Yell have, moving on. All right, next we have Mega Heracross. I just think he's neat. And now we have Mega Houndoom. He kind of looks like he plays a lot of Call of Duty. And I do mean for that to be exceedingly derogatory. Modern Warfare 2, more like Modern Warfare Boo. Anyway, Guantanamo Slide. And just like that, it's Mega Tyranitar time. Listen, I referenced her in my last video, but this is just Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers. All right, get your laughs out. Blake's old. That was an old reference. Hee hee. But if I see the word unk in my comment section, I will find your address and I will put it at the end of my next video. It will be like a Patreon shout out, but for doxing. But this diva had it all. The camp acting, the face card, the staff. Gay people love a magic build. And I do firmly believe that Mega Tyranitar Tyranitar has that same potential, so Carly Rae Jepsen pass. All right, Mega Sceptile, this is your moment. Have it. I don't know. She kind of looks like she got lip fillers and then said, and for my next trick, I'm going to do the rest of my body. I feel like she was trying to go for that Sailor Moon makeover montage thing, but she missed it and accidentally hit the Mariah Carey skinny edits. Now that being said, plastic surgery queens do not f around about their gay friends. They will pull hair with the best of them if you come for their gay friends. So, Carly Rae pass. Ooh, Mega Blaziken time. So Blaziken is my favorite Pokemon. It is primarily because of nostalgia. Pokemon Ruby was my first Pokemon game. Again, if I see any comments. And my first ever Pokemon was Torchic, and it basically went like this. And what would you like to nickname your Torchic, little 8-year-old Blake who has not figured out his sexuality yet? Flamer. The writing was on the wall, I had no idea. So, a little biased, admittedly, but in my case, you basically did invent the word. So, here you go. All right, time for Mega Swampert. More like Mega Swamp Ass. I'm sorry, you roided out Swampert? Great, my perfect little Pokemon is now going to go bald and start selling classes on how to be an alpha male. Can't wait for him to be put in Romanian prison for 2 years. That's certainly gonna help my Elite Four battle. Travis Wood, best of luck. Hope y'all can be each other's no Jork and European accountability buddies. Ooh, it's time for Mega Gardevoir. Okay. No one kill me for this, but why does Miss Gardy kind of look like she has many engines in her factory that are complete?
Many engines in my factory, they are company and low melody.
I mean, to not give Mega Gardevoir her flowers would be like calling volunteering at an animal shelter kind of cringe. Like, I don't hold hate in my heart like that, so invented the word. Mega Sableye, get on up here, girl. A tiny, covetous purple thing with a shit-eating grin that says he knows how to unlock all his friends' phones. Baby, that's a Twinkie, yell hat. All right, now we have Mega Mawile. I gotta be honest, it kind of looks like the dress is wearing her. Like, the mouth to body ratio is just unsustainable. Like, look at her face. She's overwhelmed, sure. You bought some mauve-colored gaucho pants, but we've all been to Old Navy Diva. You gotta give me more than this. No, and I hope y'all can understand. And now we have Mega Aggron. I'm gonna be honest, this is not even a dig at Aggron because I adore Aggron, but this is maybe the laziest thing I've ever seen the Pokemon Company do, and that is saying something.
Boring. Yawning. Sloppy. Lazy.
They put a skinny little straw in Mega Aggron and went,
wait, what was that?
And called it a day. They didn't even go all out with it. They just said, yeah, one pup.
Lazy.
I've ever seen the Pokemon Company do, and that is saying something.
Boring. Yawning. Sloppy.
What the fuck is this clip?
Lazy.
They put a skinny little straw in Mega.
I guess I fixed the time. Go watch something else. I can't stand this guy. Who is that guy? Oh, animating 1-star fast food reviews. Okay, this is pretty cool.
One time, me and a group of buddies were driving through Texas, and we passed a building that looked like the Whataburger corporate office. Just to be sure, I checked my phone and discovered, yeah, we did just drive past the Whataburger corporate office. But what I found interesting was that the building had hundreds of 1-star reviews. After some investigation, I found that these reviews weren't coming from the Whataburger corporate staff. No, these reviews were from once loyal customers who in one way or another had a negative experience at a Whataburger, and we're gonna take this issue to the top! Reading people's wordy laments about their terrible fast food experiences has become a hobby. And it's not just Whataburger. Every fast food corporate office has hundreds of 1-star reviews. These people have been robbed by a billion-dollar company, and the only way they can get back at them is calling them stupid. The team at blah 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 have no intelligence whatsoever. I ordered 3 large lemonades, and all 3 spilled in the inside of my car because the cup holder was way too flimsy. I told the manager named Josh, and all he said he could do was say he's sorry. Sorry isn't going to clean up the mess caused by their stupidity. This guy spilled 3.
Can't stand it. Basil that lasts for years. I want to watch my own stream. No, I don't. Smash it past Digimon. I know.
Behold, chat! I found this random PowerPoint on the internet, and a higher level week.
Why Soul Silver is dope. I thought Heart Gold was dope. No funny. They know what we're is about. was I watching? Where's my ad block? I was gonna... Nuxanor. We're illegals. Yeah, you are.
Mega Aggron and went. And called it a day. They didn't even go all out with it. They just said across. I just think he's neat. And now we have Mega Houndoom. Oh, he kind of looks like he plays a lot of Call of Duty. And I do mean for that to be exceedingly derogatory. Modern Warfare 2, more like Modern Warfare Boo. Anyway, Guantanamo Slay. And just like that, it's Mega Tyranitar time. Listen, I referenced her in my last video, but this is just Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers. All right, get your laughs out. Blake's old. That was an old reference. Hee hee. But if I see the word unk in my comment section, I will find your address and I will put it at the end of my next video. It will be like a Patreon shoutout, but for doxing. But this diva had it all. The camp acting, the face card, the staff. Gay people love a magic build. And I do firmly believe that Mega Tyranitar has that same potential. So, Carly Rae Jepsen pass. All right, Mega Septile, this is your moment. Have it. I don't know. She kind of looks like she got lip fillers and then said, and for my next trick, I'm going to do the rest of my body. I feel like she was trying to go for that Sailor Moon makeover montage thing, but she missed it and accidentally hit the Mariah Carey skinny edits. Now, that being said, plastic surgery queens do not f around about their gay friends. They will pull hair with the best of them if you come for their gay friends. So, Carly Rae pass. Ooh, Mega Blaziken time. So Blaziken is my favorite Pokemon. It is primarily because of nostalgia. Pokemon Ruby was my first Pokemon game. Again, if I see any comments. And my first ever Pokemon was Torchic, and it basically went like this. And what would you like to nickname your Torchic, little 8-year-old Blake who has not figured out his sexuality yet? Flamer.
Flamer. What the fuck?
The writing was on the wall. I had no idea. So, a little biased, admittedly. But in my case, you basically did invent the word. So, here you go. All right, time for Mega Swampert. More like Mega Swamp Ass. I'm sorry, you roided out Swampert? Great. My perfect little Pokemon is now going to go bald and start selling classes on how to be an alpha male. Can't wait for him to be put in Romanian prison for 2 years. That's certainly going to help my Elite Four battle. Travis Wood, best of luck. Hope y'all can be each other's no jork and European R accountability buddies. Ooh, it's time for Mega Gardevoir. Okay,
Slay.
No one kill me for this, but why does Miss Gardy kind of look like she has many engines in her factory that are complete? I mean, to not give Mega Gardevoir her flowers would be like calling volunteering in an animal shelter kind of cringe. Like, I don't hold hate in my heart like that, so invented the word. Mega Sableye, get on up here, girl. A tiny, covetous purple thing with a shit-eating grin that says he knows how to unlock all his friends' phones. Baby, that's a twink, yell hat. All right, now we have Mega Mawile. I gotta be honest, it kind of looks like the dress is wearing her. Like, the mouth-to-body ratio is just unsustainable. Like, look at her face. She's overwhelmed. Sure, you bought some mauve-colored gaucho pants, but we've all been to Old Navy DB. You gotta give me more than this. No, and I hope y'all can understand. And now we have Mega Aggron. I'm gonna be honest, this is not even a dig at Aggron because I adore Aggron, but this is maybe the laziest thing I've ever seen the Pokemon Company do, and that is saying something.
Boring. Yawning. Sloppy. Lazy.
They put a skinny little straw in Mega Aggron and went and called it a day. They didn't even go all out with it. They just said, yeah, one puff's enough. This is different. Again, this is not a dig at Aggron, but more so a message to the Pokemon Company. Travis Kelsey Wood, maybe you two can talk about how truly uninspired both of you are. Introducing Mega Metacham. Oh, I just know this diva is peddling at least 6 online wellness courses at once. This is a granola scam artist if I've ever seen one. All right, class, we are now going to transition into Warrior 2. And as we reach full extension, we are going to exhale and recite our entire social security number. So, unfortunately, that does mean you have to go to Guantanamo Slay. Unless being your friend gets me free vacations, in which case, that's ally, fire away. All right, now we have Mega Manectric. They gave the Andes mountain range legs. Yellhat, gays love hiking. It is now spotlight time for Mega Sharpedo. Full transparency, this is exactly what people with blush blindness look like to me. Loud, outgoing, critically lacking in self-awareness. But let me tell you something. To be cringe is to be free. And that gives these blushed out divas the absolute blind confidence it takes to be the frontliners at any and every political rally. Sorry to be a little real with you there, but that does give them the pass forever and always. Now we have Mega Camerupt. Girl, what are you doing with your entire whole life? I bet it is 2 p.m. on a Sunday. Are you a whole pics before saying hi person on Grindr? Is this the life you lead? But unfortunately, that does land them right in the middle of qualified territory. Yellhat, and I cannot emphasize enough how begrudgingly I say that. Oh, also the lava. Been there, girl. We've all had Chipotle at some point in our lives. Get you some Preparation H. They put aloe in it now, does wonders. And now we have Mega Altaria. Oh, God. Now here is some flavor. Fun fact, this is actually what happens to the stuffing inside your pillow if you leave RuPaul's Drag Race on before leaving for work. Invented the word. Self-explanatory. Anything I say will just be overkill at this point. And now for Mega Banette. Oh. She said this is a coochie outlook. But I gotta say, if there's one thing gay men are obsessed with, it's a liberated woman. Carly Rae Pass, prance my diva, let the world see that coochie. And now we have Mega Absol. Honey, did you put estrogen in the dog's food bowl? That's kind of a weird question, babe. Why do you ask?
He did that.
No reason. Invented the word. That is Miss Tiana to you, and you will respect her authority. Mega Glalie, it is your moment. Throat, goat, spotted. I'm a simple man. Anybody that can give Nancy Reagan's jaw a run for her money is a diva in my books. Yell half. Lockjaw if it's laid, honestly. And now we have Mega Salamence. I mean, it's a crescent moon. Is water wet? But it also perfectly toes the line between a full moon, which I would say is more like of the earth lesbian, and crescent moon, which more often than not appeals to little gay boys who were bullied in school for being in gymnastics. I am aware that this is way too specific of a description to not be autobiographical. So yeah, this appeals to every type of limp wrist. Invented the word. Okay, so Mega Metagross. So you know that guy who fights in the trenches on Twitter about his theory that every single Mega Evolution is either shaped like an X or a Y? Guaranteed this was ground zero for that theory. And honestly, it is messy gay culture to be like, my source? I felt like it. So flowers where flowers are due, yell half. Mega Latios and Mega Latias. Guantanamo Slay, downgrade of the century. Latias listens to Lady Gaga. Mega Latias listens to Maroon 5, specifically Girls Like You. And no, being a Dua Lipa stan is not gay enough to save you from this sentencing. Spend a little time in Guantanamo Slay, D-Mega Evolve, and think about what you've done. Up next is Mega Rayquaza. I will not call it Mega Rayquaza, fight me. Oh God, we get it, you were sponsored by Hot Wheels. I'm all for more is more, but this is explicitly the kind of greed they talk about in the Bible. Like, just put flame stickers on a Prime energy drink, you'll get the same result. There is gay gaudy and there is straight gaudy. Two entirely different schools of eccentricity. One is gag-worthy and one is gag-inducing, and I'm guessing you can tell which one this is. Travis Kelce Wood, Rotten Hell, sorry. Now we have Mega Lopunny. This is feminism. For years, there was an army of male sex pests frothing at the mouth over Lopunny. And Pokemon had the opportunity to lean in on the fan service and make it even worse in the Mega Evolution, but they said, you know what? Fuck it, we're giving her pants.
I'm a woman, and I'm wearing pants!
In one foul swoop, they said, you think this Pokemon was made for the male gaze? This was made for the male even worse in the Mega Evolution, but they said, you know what? Fuck it, we're giving her pants.
I'm a woman, and I'm wearing pants!
In one foul swoop, they said, you think this Pokemon was made for the male gaze? This was made for the male gaze. Grow up. Carly Rae Pass, hit him again for me, Lopunny. Next up, we have Mega Garchomp, and I gotta be honest, downgrade. They gave him like a really bad facelift and excessive jaw implants. It's like he's trying to chat out, but he's executing it so poorly. Guantanamo Slay, research your doctors before you let them put you under anesthesia. Next up, we have Mega Lucario. I just know that Mega Lucario tries to convince everyone that he's never pooped. Lucario, since day one, has been glazed on by the Pokemon community in every definition of the word. Like even this post, I've never been cringe. I know what 6'7" means. No, you don't. Gen Z doesn't even know what it means. You're 42. Absolutely not. You could not waterboard me into hyping up this Machiavellian nightmare any more than he already has been. Now we have Mega Abomasnow. Calling it like I see it, this is the average patron of Bear Night at your local gay bar. Large, hairy, forward-facing eyes indicating he's on the prowl for, you guessed it, other bears. When will it ever be my turn? Yell half, pick me, choose me, love me. And now we have Mega Gallade. Oh, I just know he used to Naruto run through the high school hallways. No, I'm sorry, this hits way too close to home. There is a reality somewhere out there where this was me and I refuse to acknowledge it. Next up, Mega Audino. Okay, hear me out. It's but she's not selling it. She's like, yeah, I guess I serve a little, I don't know. Get up! Get up! You are absolutely pissing on these other girlies and you don't even recognize it. Once she acknowledges that she is dog walking these other before the game came out. Starting off with Mega Clefable. Oh baby, that is a Luna stan if I've ever seen one. For those of you not in the know, Luna is a disbanded K-pop group. There's a decent chance that you actually do know them from one of two very popular things, and I'm just gonna show both right now. Now for this video, you do not have to know any of their songs, even though I highly recommend it, stan Luna, although I think their company treated them really horribly, so Pirate Luna, is that the right advice? But all you have to know about the fans is that they are girly pops and they are girly kissing. That is if the fans are girls. The boys are kissing boys. They're really gay. They're super ultra mega gay. That's all you have to know. Mega Clefable has terabytes of Luna lesbian evidence. She would make gaylers look like productive members of society in comparison. So while bordering on institutionalization, I cannot deny that this diva walks the walk, so yell hat. And now we're on to Mega Starmie. I have been waiting to talk about this icon ever since I heard the rumors. I prayed that this wasn't just a botched fan edit. Prayed that the Pokemon Company actually decided to take Starmie and give it the good old-fashioned rack torture until it had gams the likes of which could only be compared to Naomi Smalls. And bitch, I got what I f***ing wanted.
Here comes the hurricane, bitch. Here comes the hurricane, bitch.
There were naysayers. Oh, were there naysayers? This is ugly. This is embarrassing. This is unoriginal. This is lazy. And they are all wrong. It is none of those things. It is a secret fifth thing that puts the rest of those adjectives to shame. It is stupid. A lazy character design is worthy of critique. See Mega Greninja. A stupid character design is how you win the hearts of anybody who loves dogs that could legally be considered rats. So everyone, yell how you go. Naysayers, it is on sight. And now we have Mega Feraligatr. Okay, before anything else, I call it Mandela effect. I was writing the script for this video, and since when has Feraligatr had a TR at the end and no vowel in between? But on that note, extremely grinder coded. You would have a field day at the Republican National Convention. But now that that's out of the way, guys, why did they put a Diva Cup on top of Feraligatr and call it a day? Like, I get it looks like Totodile when it's closed, but it's rarely closed. Like, sure, ketamine can also be used in a medically positive way, but when you use it the wrong way, you get Elon Musk. So forgive me for not being super stoked about this. No, you go. And now time for Mega Skarmory. Y'all, forgive me for making a reference that at this point is very overdone, but unfortunately still makes the algorithm kick its feet like a little schoolgirl. Gonna be golden. I do, however, feel like this looks like that guy that came into a bunch of money unexpectedly. Like, he threw a bunch of money at GameStop stock at the exact right moment, but now that he has all this money, he thinks that the most expensive thing is always the best looking thing, so now he looks like this. Like I'm gagging, but not in the way you would prefer. It's gonna be a no for me. I'm more of a silver guy. And now we have Mega Frostlass. Skip! Imagine using this diva in a Pokemon battle. Go, Mega Frostlass, use Mean Look! Don't tell me what to do, but whatever, I'll do it.
You big fat white nasty smelling fat bitch. Why you took me off the market?
She is so see. Gynecologists hate her. She makes them look like amateurs in the field. Invented the word. Moving on. Mega Imbor, your time to shine. Okay, do not get me wrong. He absolutely can say it if it means I get to take him to dinner. But both Imbor and Mega Imbor look to me like that dad at the school field trip who volunteers to be a chaperone and takes it way too seriously. And the trip's to like their local mall. It's not that deep. Imbor, I promise you, Hot Topic does not hold a candle to the demented shit that your kids see on TikTok 2 hours into having an account.
T-U-T-T-H-O-E. Hey, you, get into my butt. You don't know me, but you could know my butt.
Like, I don't think he's a bad person. I just feel like he's too stick in the mud to even try saying the word, so no. And now we have Mega Excadrill. Oh my god. I know this is not Excadrill's fault. I know he does not hold this in his heart, but I cannot look at this design without thinking about the worst iteration of men. We all know a car guy, we all know a shoe guy, but Diva, have you ever met a hat guy? I don't just mean a hat enthusiast. My dad is a hat enthusiast. He's great. Hats are great. It's the only thing we ever remember about royal weddings. But hat guys, different ballgame. The hat guy collects hundreds of hats, keeps the sticker on, implying he's never washed them, uses a hook accessory, even though he's probably never been fishing. It's kind of like the macho equivalent of collecting Barbie dolls, although it's much easier than collecting Barbie dolls because when you collect hats, you don't have to be empathetic of other people's lived experiences. They don't sell hats in wheelchairs. A Barbie collector would be more likely to volunteer at a food bank. A hat collector would be more likely to think that a food bank is a nickname for a grocery store. Guantanamo Slay, they probably have a lids there, you'll be fine. And now we have Mega Scolipede. Oh. I see the Bug Horse got herself a gift card to H&M for her birthday. You better work, Puffer Jacket. And the extensions with colored tips. Oh, the pronouns speak for themselves. Not much to say on this. Yell hat for me. And now we have Mega Scrafty. Oh my god, they gave Scrafty a nicotine addiction. It is over for you bitches. The second this sentient elf bar learns what My Chemical Romance is, I fear the entire might of the US Marines could not hold him back. They gave the concept of angst a gun. Not a pew-pew, a gun. Carly Ray Pass, you could be be straight as they come, and I still think you would know what it means to be marginalized more than I do. Mega Electros, step on up. This design made me realize that the one thing that is preventing Electros from looking like a glory hole with feelings is the fact that it is not laying down flat. And unfortunately, that is not the case for this poor little orifice. But further unfortunately, a glory hole with feelings could describe half the clientele of Fire Island in June, so yell half. And now it's time for Mega Chandelure. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times on this channel. I am a Taurus and I am a flawed individual. I have never claimed to be perfect. And that is why you should take what I say with a grain of salt when I tell you the best things in life are things. I love stuff. I am a millennial. Pause to let my Gen Z viewers throw up. I completely understand. And unfortunately, we are a generation that was raised on the concept of giving yourself a usually undeserved little treat. Before social media, when I was in full-time pursuit of my opera career, I was making $20,000 a year, living with 4 other people to keep the rent down. And my ass still bought the Switch OLED on day 1 because I worked very hard that year and I deserved it. Chandelure understands this. She is a gaudy queen. She put a hat on a hat. She is potentially the most financially irresponsible purchase you could ever make, but I am still going to be at Pier 1 Imports. This little freak is coming home with me. Also, she is purple. Gay. Invented the word. We're done here. Now we have Mega Pyroar. This is hideous. I'm so sorry. This looks like a Disney mascot reject. If this was Bambi's mom, I'm inclined to say I wouldn't feel as bad. Is that pretty privilege? Maybe. Bambi's mom was and I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Travis Kelce would. He'd be like, girlfriend, this Chiefs color. And Taylor would be like, God, I love how stupid you are. And now we're on to Mega Floette. So like I said before, I haven't gotten very far in the game yet, but I have gotten far enough to see her do this. So if Mega Diva is popping her Flossy to even an iota of the degree that regular Diva is, then Megan Trainor, you better watch out, girl, because that top gay icon crown is about to get taken. I could barely finish that sentence. We all know she doesn't have it. She knows she doesn't have it. Carly Rae Pass. Now we have Mega Barbarical. I gotta be real with y'all. This is like if Barstool Sports developed consciousness. I'm sorry, I just know in my heart of hearts that Mega Barbarical still sings the original lyrics to the Black Eyed Peas smash hit, Let's Get It Started. Dacted. Dacted. And after doing so, is confused as to why people are glaring at him at the house party. Wrong slur, baby, wrong video. Guantanamo Slay. Show this thing a few Haley Williams shows and I'm pretty sure it'll woke the Barstool out of him. Step on up, Mega Dragalge. I think I've made my point. Invented the word. And now we have Mega Drumpa. Oh, that is Ally Peepaw right there. He is going to say the word, but it is going to be in the sentence, I am so proud of my grandson. And call it reductive, call it dark woke, but in the grand old year of 2025, I will take a bone where I can get it. Carly Rae Pass, use it to your heart's content, Peepaw. You're not on social media. It's not gonna hurt anybody. Next up, Mega Phalanx. Now this is just a little guy. He would never say it. Little guys never say it. But Blake, your hotness, surely there are short homophobes out there. Yes, and those people are not called just little guys. They are called Ben Shapiros. Completely different entities. If you don't get it, don't hurt yourself trying to, okay? Just like go along with it. Carly Rae Pass, completely unused, but he does have it. Next up is Mega Zygarde. Oh, that's a flat earther. This man is definitely insecure. Why would you carry around something that large if you weren't trying to overcompensate for something? Whatever this is, it is the Pokemon equivalent of a Ford F-350 with truck nuts. He needs to believe in a conspiracy. He needs to believe he is important. He needs to feel like he is at a higher level of understanding than his peers. But the problem is the peers that he's comparing himself to are his teammates at his recreational adult dodgeball league. Do you truly believe your teammate Brock is the best litmus test of how well you're doing in life? He just had his ankle bracelet taken off from house arrest last week. Travis Kelce would. Maybe you can make a conspiracy theory about how the new album actually isn't aggressively mid. And we are closing off with Mega Meganium. I purposely saved this one for last just to spite all you bitches that were coming for Chikorita choosers. Just say you hate Whimsy. Save us the time. I know in my heart of hearts that Mega Meganium is she, they. It is perfectly sunny the majority of the time in Lumoise City, and here sits Mega Meganium turtlenecked within an inch of their life. And do you want to know what my indicator is that this is a turtleneck? It's not even our first occurrence of one in the game. Your in-game bestie that thrusts a lifetime of responsibility on you the second you walk into the city, that's a rant for another time, is wearing a mid-drift turtleneck. You could rip their earbuds out at any given moment and it will be playing Cave Town 100% of the time. So I have zero doubt that Mixed Diva is pretending to not have a heat stroke for the aesthetic, and for that reason, they will be put into Invented the Word. And just like that, we have tediously completed our list. That is a lot of Pokemon that are going to be saying that word in Lumoise City. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, notification bell, all that good stuff. I am truly at the mercy of an algorithm, and you interacting does keep that afloat. I would love to keep this roof over my head. It is very cute, and your interactions can very much help that. There's also a decent chance that I'll be occasionally streaming this game on my Twitch channel and on my YouTube live channel, so please go give them a look if you want. And that about does it, but we cannot leave until we answer what did we learn from this video. I think the moral is ask not what your Pokemon can F-slur for you, but what you can F-slur for your Pokemon. I think JFK would be proud of that, right? This video is sponsored by Surfshark. Eve, did you bite into the apple? Well, yes, but hear me out. The snake that offered it was T. You know what? You right, Queen. Queen. Surprise, bitch. Bet you thought you'd seen the last of me. Hello and welcome to the...
Welcome to the hood. Arrested. No way. I died. Okay.
What is this? She's not gonna fit? Oh no. Body positivity influencer arrested but couldn't fit in the cop car. I'm scared, chat. Please hold me. What is going on in America? I live in America, but damn.
This body positivity influencer.
Okay, let's watch this. Let's watch this clip. Reaction about this clip.
Okay, so it seems that there's been a pretty huge situation going on right now with Emaru and Mizkif. Now, this has been a pretty interesting one. I just got done watching the stream that Emaru put out, and yeah, this is pretty insane. Now, usually on this channel, I cover a lot of VTuber news and stuff, I know, but we've been covering a lot of the Emaru situation in, you know, kind of conjunction with VTubers, and also I've been a long-time watcher of both of them, Emaru and Mizkif, so I think I could provide a bit of a better kind of rundown of exactly what went on stream. So essentially Emaru went live and covered up a few things. Now these are all the clips, thanks to Yeet, by the way. He's been absolutely killing it, or she, I don't know who's behind the account. They've been killing it with all the clips, right? But essentially she started off the stream talking about a lot of the Twitch issues and things like that. Apparently they didn't hand over the name of the person who harassed her at TwitchCon. If you guys didn't see that, we covered that in one of my previous videos. But then she moves on to Mizkif, which she kind of teased at for a little bit, and well, it's pretty terrible. Now she accuses him of a lot of things. She accuses him of sexual assault, domestic abuse, stalking, and also threats of blackmail, which obviously is pretty insane. And it's pretty crazy the amount that she goes through, and horrible to see, because if all of this is true, Mizkif is cooked. Like, I'm gonna be honest, he's gone away with a lot of things over the past couple of years and stuff, and kind of controversies that he's been in, but this one I think might actually end his career, because yeah, a lot of what she talks about is pretty insane. Now we keep on going. She talks about many different things, including saying stuff like that he'd been indirectly threatening her for a while, saying through my friends and people I work with, informed me that he would try to create a smear campaign at TwitchCon. He approached one of my employees and told them that he would destroy me, which obviously, yeah, it's pretty insane. She mentions it near the end as well. Apparently, yeah, they found one of like her employees or something and said that she was going to destroy them, which, you know, what does that even mean? Like, what does destroy them mean? In what kind of way? In like analytically, online, or literally physically? Because again, that is also a worry for Emaru, right? We can go on to some other kind of clips as well, saying, you know, she talked about some of the abuse that she experienced, and it was, yeah, like really horrible stuff. For example, like destroying walls and banging on doors and screaming. She talks about like a lot of it was mainly based off of stuff to do with like streaming content, right? So if she had more views than him, he would be upset. If he didn't get invited to an event, for example, like with Mr. Beast, you know, he would get upset. And a lot of it was very content based and very I guess kind of ego based, right? He didn't want to have people outdo him, including obviously Emaru, and she felt like she was kind of in this little like kind of time zone of like, hey, I've got to perform good to, you know, stick around and, you know, be around these people, but at the same time I can't do too good, else he'll get annoyed and potentially, you know, do some pretty horrible stuff. You know, also she was saying stuff like if they were driving, he would go like 150 miles per hour, threatening to end us. One of the times it happened is because he saw Mr. Beast had invited another streamer, which is insane. You know, these are the most childish things that he is getting upset over and taking it out on Emaru, who obviously, if you haven't gauged at this point, she reveals that they were, you know, dating and stuff at the time. and yeah, she managed to get out of it luckily, but it's still going on to this day. A lot of harassment, including, as we said, him going up to the employees at TwitchCon, and she goes on to, you know, talk about a lot of stuff here, including obviously she says that you know, she accuses him of SA, which is pretty terrible. Apparently they, you know, went through this whole period where they were like breaking up. She went to go move house, and then he wanted to talk at her new house, and whenever this happened, they hadn't talked in a while, and they started kissing or whatever, or he started kissing her. I let him, and then suddenly he tried to climb on top. I screamed, he jumped off, and then I feel weird now, but I feel like I did something wrong. Immediately left without checking if I was okay. That's kind of a paraphrase there. Essentially, they didn't really cover that well enough, but that's fine. Essentially what he did was, yeah, climb on top of her, and then started to, you know, move his hands down, you know, her trousers, which obviously is sexual assault. And she screamed, and then he got off and said, you know, I feel like I did something wrong, which, yeah, he didn't comfort her at all or be like, you know, at least try to rectify the situation. He literally just said, I feel like I did something wrong, and then left her there crying. And yeah, I think that is obviously completely disgusting, and a lot of people were extremely shocked to hear this, alongside all of the other stuff. You know, this is just one thing out of the many things that you know, Emery has accused Mizkif of doing, which I think is absolutely crazy. You know, Emery also alleges that, yeah, Mizkif gave her a black eye one time by throwing his phone. Apparently that was a common thing that he did. He would just chuck objects at her, like water bottles and things like that, and also obviously his phone, which gave her a black eye. I said, throw plastic bottles at me, despite saying I didn't like it and it scared me, and I bruised very easily. Throws his phone. One time it hit my eye. He always said, oh, it was an accident, which obviously we know it's not an accident. He's doing it on purpose. Now, there's been obviously many stuff as well, including like messages, which was a very common theme. Usually he would like message her, like they fell out over something like with WoW. I say they fell out, Mizkif fell out with her over WoW, over her like putting a class, like selecting a class in World of Warcraft, and he would obviously, yeah, message her, like spam message her, and yeah, get very upset over that, which I thought was pretty insane. Again, these are the most childish, like, kind of, you know, things to get upset over, especially to the point of abuse and you know, all the stuff that he's been doing. I mean, I think anybody can agree that all of this stuff is absolutely terrible, and anybody kind of interacting with Mizkif at the moment maybe shouldn't. You know, you got people like Mitch Jones as well saying stuff like damn, and there's been a lot of people that have known, you know, for example, like Tectone, he was talking about it, saying that essentially, you know, there was some stuff that was going to happen, there was some stuff that needed to come out. Obviously it's not his place to put it out there, so he didn't say anything, but now it's out. You know, he's like, see, I told you guys, like, something big was going to happen, and yeah, we have had that information, right? It's just crazy, you know, it's crazy to me that all of this has happened, and there's so much more. She also mentions the fact that, like, this isn't all of it. Everything that she mentions in the stream, you guys can go and watch the stream, definitely go and support her, by the way. But, you know, she also mentions that all of the stuff that she mentions in the stream isn't, like, all of it. There is more, and there's also stuff from other people too, which is pretty insane. She also goes on to talk about, you know, this is still an issue now. It's not just, you know, a kind of you know, old thing that happened and it's being sorted. No, this is still happening. She goes to parties and things apparently, and she was stupid enough to make the mistake. She said she was stupid enough, not me, obviously, but she was saying she was stupid enough to make the mistake to kind of like still go to parties and events that he was involved with, and obviously he would like try to follow her around, try to find her. He mentions one time she was in a room with NMP, and he tried to find her, literally walked in, said who, and then walked out, which obviously is extremely weird. And yeah, there's been more cases of stuff like that, and as I said with the TwitchCon stuff too, was pretty interesting as well. She also goes on to say that other people as well also tried to help her out. Apparently there was a situation too where something had happened to her, obviously, and then Mizkif actually went on live and started talking about some of her other stalkers and situations that he's been in, also lying about his involvement with them, saying that he held someone at gunpoint, like a stalker or whatever, when in actual fact he was stood well far away, maybe with his gun out, but still wasn't really contributing to the overall effort, and it was someone else, Bonnie, her friend, who was the one doing the real kind of prevention. And obviously that also has come out too, which I think is pretty interesting. So again, there's been so much, and she said that apparently she contacted a lot of people, including obviously she was with Sinner and Valkyrie, and apparently they were trying to message people and trying to message him to stop you know, talking about the stalkers and things, because obviously they were trying to message him and, you know, talk about the stalkers and stuff and trying to get him to stop, because obviously it's none of his business. He shouldn't be the one to talk about this kind of stuff. It's not his kind of job to do that, right? but again, they were trying to message him. Apparently Asmongold was trying to message him and even called him, and it had three rings, and then he hung up. So again, he saw that he was calling him and trying to tell him, hey, stop, you got to stop talking about this, but he actively ignored it and carried on talking about some of her previous stalker kind of situations, right? Because she has a big problem with that as well, which I think is absolutely insane and kind of exposes who Mizkif really is. We all know that Mizkif has moved off to LA now. He's, with some other people, and I think this is one of the big reasons why, because nobody likes him back in Austin anymore, and I think that is obviously, pretty insane, and as well, I don't know if all of the people because he's been interacting with a lot of people in LA right now. I don't know how that's going to affect his relationship with them. Honestly, if they do interact with him right now, it's going to be a very bad look. Like, I'm going to be honest, like, you're going to look terrible interacting with Mizkif after all of this stuff, if he even goes live, because I feel like there's going to be a big break. But essentially, to finish this all off, what happened essentially was terrible and all of that, right? But obviously Amaru then goes on to talk about legal stuff, because there's all this kind of stuff about making Google Docs and making videos, streams, calling people out on the internet, right? She does say that she's actually putting a restraining order on him in Texas and California, so hopefully that should help in that kind of stuff. And apparently she also expects Mizkif to sue her for PR reasons as well, which also would be pretty interesting over this stream that she's doing. So she's taking a massive risk here, and it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out, but it seems like she is pretty ready to handle with that, and is fully ready to kind of have that come through. So again, we'll have to wait and see what comes out, and also to see if anybody else kind of replies, because she does say there's more people that could be involved, and obviously it's not her story to tell, so she hopes that it can kind of get some more people talking about this now that she's come out with her side of the story with Mizkif. But yeah, it seems like Mizkif is pretty cooked, and I don't think he's going to be coming back for a very, very long time, if ever, which is a bit of a contrast considering that Rich Campbell has just come back as well, which I think is pretty insane. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kaza, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.
Alright, it's about to get much worse. Ooh. This is about the Twitch thing.
I want to talk to you all about twitch.tv. A lot of you have been to the website before. Maybe you've even seen me. Hopefully this video gets a large enough and broad enough audience.
Wait, is this a webcam mic? He usually has a bit of a more high quality mic.
So maybe some of you guys might not be familiar with who I am. My name's Asmongold. I've made content for the better part of 10 years.
Yep.
I've been a top Twitch streamer for
the
better part of 10 years. And I have watched my platform degrade and turn into probably the worst iteration, the worst version of itself that it has ever been.
Money making.
And I want to talk about exactly where things stand right now, how we got there, and where I think that they're going. Now, just recently, there was a TwitchCon event where a very popular female streamer, Emaru, was sexually assaulted by a person at her meet and greet. Twitch decided to deal with this by ignoring it originally, lying about the events as they occurred, and then offering as a restitution, suspending this person's account for 30 days. I'm serious, this is actually what happened. She came out and said
and then also lying in their public statement to make themselves look better.
You can watch her recent VOD on Twitch, twitch.tv/Emaru if you'd like to find out for yourself. But anyway, basically Twitch totally mismanaged this situation. This also comes after the previous year of Twitch allowing another streamer to sexually assault two male streamers, also friends of mine, NMPLOL and Wake Wilder, one by kissing their hand and the other one by licking their nipple. This apparently didn't get as much attention because
they're men.
It didn't happen to a girl, and it just wasn't as big of a thing. It didn't get as much traction. So, big surprise, Twitch decided to let it happen again this year, and luckily, and thank you for all of you guys that are not letting them get away with it. Today, I want to talk to you all about how bad it's really gotten, because a lot of you probably don't pay attention every day, and I think that really for your sanity, that's probably a good thing. Unfortunately, I do. So in the past, I think probably year or so, Twitch has, I think, become a worse and worse version of itself. And I'm going to talk about this, and I really want to make this very clear with this video, is that there's not one point of failure. And in fact, actually, I would say that it would be easier if I could point to one point of success. If
we had one.
But theoretically, it would be easier. The entire thing, it seems like, is rotten. It's rotten at the top, it's rotten in the middle, and it's rotten at the bottom. The moderation is wrong. The advertising team is completely off base. The executive team seems to be completely disconnected, and when they're not disconnected, they're actively malicious, or at least indirectly malicious.
We can't even prove that they're not, like, indirectly influencing it. Just sometimes it's really obvious when they have a bias. I truly do believe that they have it out there to, you know, fuck over VTubers. Someone out there doesn't like anime, or they don't like it, and they're very selective. I just don't believe it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna play into the conspiracy theory. I just don't think so. It's just crazy to me that VTubers specifically get mistreated and have a really, really weird moderation bias over them compared to other people.
Like, for example, misrepresenting what happened with Emily's story.
Or calling Frogan fat.
The only time that things ever seem to happen even slightly is when Amazon, their parent company, tries to take control because they've totally run things into the ground. And hopefully this can reach some people at Amazon and they can realize just how bad things truly are. So the first thing I'd want you guys to all look at is, if you go to twitchtracker.com, you can just look at the stats of Twitch. If you look at the beginning of 2025 and you look at now, it has been on a steady decline. And whenever I'm talking about a steady decline, I'm not talking about a 10% decline. We're looking at about a 30 to 40% decline in viewership from the start of the year up until now, with it just trending more and more downward. And this is even despite Kai doing a massive event last month and the FaZe subathon that's been going around this month. So after that happens, after that's over, I assume that it's even going to get worse than it even is now. And Twitch is even going back to its pre-COVID numbers.
Yeah, I think the view botting hasn't actually done anything. They've fucked over smaller content creators and the middle content creators that feed into the ecosystem. It's so dumb.
It's cold.
I don't know, man. I also see, again, I won't ever name names myself.
I love watching clubs. Ooh, Pokemon. They don't come at about campaign involved. What is that? To my stream. I won't find that post. I'll hang it to you, Doki. That's what you do.
And so I get to the con. Oh my god, listen, everything that happened on Friday, I forget how to say her name, I'm very sorry, it's like Emru and everything, guys, that is so freaking messed up. And I remember like a lot of people telling me not to go. And guys, I think I totally understand where you guys are coming from. I wholeheartedly did not want to go either, if it weren't for you guys. If I were just a con goer, I don't think I would have gone. Like someone in my responses was like, hey, like, you should not go, it's a safety thing. And I was like, yes, I totally understand. But you guys spent thousands of dollars to do something. You guys drove over state lines. You guys, like, seriously, I was already leaving a day early. I was like, I'm going there for my meet and greet and leaving. I need to be there. I understand trying to up security to make sure this stuff doesn't happen again, which is the right course of action, absolutely. But it was in the wrong areas, or not the wrong areas, rather. It was in. It's hard to explain if you weren't there. It was like, you know, it's like, gosh, it's like when like the bad people ruin it for the 99.9% of the good people who aren't doing anything wrong, but have to go through all of this. You know, like, I get it, I understand it, but man, yeah, like, basically, I get to the con on Saturday, And basically, this is totally good. What they do is they check your bags and like make you go through a metal detector. That's freaking based. That's good. Obviously, duh. Like I know, but like you need to do that. Doesn't matter if there's a safety risk or not. In this day and age, it's very good to do. So I get up to the gate, and I'm with my mods, 2 mods, and we see this kid, or like, you know, younger than me. A lot of the Twitch people are like younger than like 20, you know, like they're kiddos. And he goes, all right, remove your mask. And I go, oh, like I lean forward and I go, oh, I'm so sorry, but I can't. I'm an anonymous creator. It's to avoid. It's a safety thing. I can't take it off. He's like, yeah, no, you're gonna take it off. Like this guy was rude. Like actually, like really rude. Kids, yeah, no, listen. Call me weird, but if you're like 20, you're a kid. If you're 19, you're a kid. 18, you're a kid. I don't care. Okay, you're a kid. He was the only. This was the only rude TwitchCon guy in my entire experience. And to be fair, no, I'm not. It was one of those things where it's clearly just doing their job and was annoyed. And I was like so like polite. I was like, please, like I really can't take this off. He's like, nope, you can't come in. Nope, you have to take it off. And very, very, very rude about it. And like I was really, really upset. And so I was like, okay, I'll just go speak to someone else. So I went and talked to a different person. I just went to someone who looked nice. And it was this really nice guy, younger than me, for sure. And I was like, hi. Same thing. I was like, I'm so sorry. I know I have to take off my mask, and I'm okay to do it. But if I can do it in a private area, I can show you my ID, my TwitchCon meet and greet stuff. I can show you my ID. Like literally, I just don't want to show my face because. But guess what? Everyone is live streaming. There's no private area at all. So it was one of those things where it's like, can I show you my face? And no, they told me, by the way, they told me not to just show my face. They told me to take the mask off until I enter the venue, which is like maybe a 30-second walk. They told me I had to take it off and walk into the con. That's what they told me, so the cameras or something could have my face. And I literally like was about to cry because I was like, I can't do that. And for those who don't know, I don't care if you like how I look or if you don't think I'm attractive. It's because I live with my parents, and if you guys, people will mess with my family. Like, for those who don't know, all of the money I make from Twitch, all the money I make from YouTube goes to my parents' house fund. Literally everything, every dollar, everything. But guys, I don't live like I'm rich. I never have and I never will. I literally, guys, I don't. I live rich in the sense of I can pay rent and I can like, take care of my family and things like that. But all of the money goes to my family. And the idea of anything, somehow someone tracking my face to my family terrifies me because they're all I ever had, guys. I literally didn't have anything my whole life except my family. And that was it, through thick and thin. And so it's like, I just don't want, that is the reason why it terrifies me. Like, you can mess with me, be mean to me, it's whatever. It's like, it's just, solid humble brag. It's not a brag. It's more like, my passion in life is taking care of my family, and if anything, if my career is a detriment to them, then I will have so many regrets. Does that make sense? It's not meant to be a brag. It's more of like, if anything, if it was my fault that anything made them uncomfortable or got to them, I would be so sad because I love them very much. And that's why I started to almost have a breakdown. I have anxiety, and I was just like thinking of worst case scenario. I'll be in the corner of someone's stream or something, and I know it sounds dramatic to be scared about that. And I know a lot of people who maybe don't understand VTubers or this sphere are like, oh, that's so dramatic, or oh, you're overanalyzing or overthinking it. Just remove your mask. It's a safety thing. And it's literally, guys, it is literally VTuber fans, not you guys, but the ones who ruin it for everyone are crazy. You know, it's like they just want to find someone's face and then do weird things or whatever. And so it's like, it's hard to explain if you're not in the bubble. Because I actually understand everyone. I understand that, like, it's just a safety precaution. That's why the entire time I was not rude to anyone, because they're just doing their jobs. It is not that Twitch staff are idiots. No, I disagree. They're being told what to do. It's their job. They're being paid. They have to do it. Okay? Like, do I think it's wrong? Yes. I talked to 2 managers, and I was very sternly, you can't be doing this, because you're going to get someone in trouble. They're going to get doxxed. They're going to be hurt. And so, like, the people at the front doing their job are just listening to their managers. It's the higher-ups that are the problem. You know? That's the thing. I was not rude to anyone. because they can't let me through because they will get fired. It is not. They can't. You know. So it's a really hard situation where So anyways, it was where so I was very respectful the entire time, but very sternly like I cannot do this. Other people will not be able to come in. I even showed like I have a meet and greet in 10 minutes, and I have to get there. And the guy I ended up talking to, he was the nicest guy ever. I don't know where he is, but if you talk to a girl with blonde and pink hair in a pink outfit, with like a green purse, bro, I love you, man. You are the only reason I got into the con and made it happen.
Okay, we got
this guy, he was.
Yes. Dies.
Wait, she's actually doing it? She actually got... And she celebrated, bro. He's so in. My man. My man. What a shot. She helped him and she celebrated. Bro. Oh, you better get on that. That's all I can say. You better get on that, bro. I have never seen a W so massive in my life. We gotta let the people know this is the way to pick up. Hey, what's cracking, guys? And welcome to another meme video. I'm your host here, Noble of Lost Pause, in case you forgot who I was. And I got some memes here for you. So let's just go and see what kind of funny stuff we got awaiting. Okay.
Hey, Slushy. I bet this is something you would
Oh,
like.
it's like a 2D thing.
Oh no, I lost.
Hey.
I was fairly certain that I would want.
Oh, already got the merch. Already there. Oh, wait, it's even more thick. Wait, oh. It's a lamp. I feel like if it was a mop, maybe you'd like it even more. Interesting, though, to say the least. That's like me with any new Eevee, though. That if they ever announce a new Eevee, it would just be like that. Immediately, more Eevee merch. You're like, I have to complete the set. I have to. I think that Game Freak will never make a new Eevee. They said they wouldn't. They never backed out of their word, right? This screenshot literally ruined my life. You think your life is hard? Try being stuck with me 24/7, says Hot Pocket. What? What? You underestimate the power of people with anime, friggin' avatars out here. You're done.
Yeah.
All right. Hold the door open. Old-fashioned, but still works. Actually, like. Oh no!
What the fuck?
Okay. I'm sure they do that in secret. Yeah.
Hey, have you met my friend Jason?
He was just in the car waiting the entire time. You just have your friend Jason just sitting in your car at all times. I mean, to be fair, some of my friends hang out inside my walls. Chino's in my basement, so like, I guess that's kind of normal. Why am I questioning it? Angry husband fills wife car with concrete after she changed her surname. And I hope she takes him to court. She has concrete evidence. To the house on the giant turtle's back, okay? And oh man, I'm not gonna deliver that. I am not paid enough of that, man. You gotta send some Amazon drone or something in for that. We cannot get on there, brother. I imagine it's just like trying to find that Minx place and trying to deliver a letter to that thing with a constant friggin' elephant that's moving around the ocean. Like, what are you supposed to do? This dude found the stick. It honestly just looks like a giant druid weapon, like a shillelagh or something. That is honestly impressive. Really cool. I don't know how you can get a better stick than that. I mean, I've seen some cool sticks, but that one is like the stick, bro.
A cop pulls me over and said, papers.
Oh.
I said, scissors, I win.
No.
Then he shot me 78 times.
I mean, he actually turned into paper there at the end. I mean, to be fair, in Digital Circus, they did use guns, though nothing really happened. What on earth? That's a Mater. Oh, God, ATST? Okay. That's a little bit cursed. I like the little tooth in the front there. Like, how you doing, Lightning? I'm out here. I'm gonna shoot up some Jawas. Don't you worry there. Still don't know how those things got crushed to just logs when they're like advanced space armor mechs. I don't get it. Express lane, 12 items or less. Ah, geez, the carrot's in 2 bags, so I think technically I have 13 items. Ah, well, I'm sure they'll understand and just take it out. I'm sorry, sir, but it's 12 items or less. You went too far. Ashley definitely gets on that. It's like, we're pretty close. We're just like maybe 1 or 2 items over. And she's like, no, you can't. You cannot do that, Noble. No, it's impossible. Oh my God. The black and a tabby cat having the zoomies in the middle of the night?
Are you two completely insane?
Yes.
That might be Kiro.
Correct,
I mean, mostly Kiro, because in the middle of the night, Ashley gets so upset at him that she locks him out of the bedroom. It's just like, stop trying to get under the covers. Stop trying to stop, please. All right, she locks him out. Mostly because he bites her toes. Guys been cooking. All right. All right, making some nice eggs. All right, scrambled. That's the way we like it, baby. All right. Oh, but you have to make sure. Yeah, it cannot touch. Yep. There we go. Make sure it doesn't touch the counter, no matter what. Yes. Once it touches the counter, it is contaminated. They should make a like spoon or fork holding thing just so it can always just stay up so it doesn't touch the counter. Why haven't they invented that? We need that. Thought it was just me. Oh my God, Superman, can I get a photo, please? Of course, Miss Lane. Filter selected glasses and they. Okay. I guess that's one way to get a photo with your hubby. It is work uniform. I never really thought about that, but yeah, I guess the glasses filter would work. Would people recognize him as Clark or as Superman? Like, maybe they just recognize him as a cosplayer at that point. Oh, nice cosplay of Superman, Clark. All right, got my hands full. Got a mug, breakfast, and there's the door. And oh God. I've got to use the entire foot. Oh God, it's so detailed. I mean, I have done this before too, okay? I'm sure all of you guys, when nobody's looking, opens the door sometimes with a foot. I want to colonize my science teacher. I want to give her that BWC and make her into my queen of Hyperborea. I want to have mixed race babies with her. What kind of notes are you writing in the teacher? Like, what do you expect to happen? Why would you do that? Oh my God. I mean, at least he's shooting his shot.
Just another day, gonna move my car. Oh, what's this?
It's a cat.
We buy junk.
I mean, everything looks right.
Oh man.
Okay. You turned your cat into Sauron? All-seeing eye? What the heck? Kind of impressive, not gonna lie. A little bit scary. Imagine that, just like a miniature version that actually did just follow you around. I mean, to be fair, they do just sometimes stare at you, so a big all-seeing eye cat, I mean, I guess that wouldn't be too weird. We got like some girl with a knife to her face and you're carving out some eyes, but she seems to happy. And what do you think? Oh, Maple, you made me look so pretty. It's just like a pumpkin or something. I mean, a blue pumpkin, but a pumpkin. I suppose that's how they would do their makeup, but then they can't really do it again unless they somehow grow back their face. Like overnight, I guess maybe they grow back their face and they can redo it the next day. Kind of interesting. Pumpkin woman. Huh. My thighs when I sit. All right, so just normal looking girl, and then ooh. I like how the eyes are offset. You just look like you just seen better days or something, but somehow get ultra wide, baby. I mean, hey, that's neuron activation is all I can say. That you love to see it, you know, you love to see it. Sometimes I just catch myself staring at the thighs and I forget that I'm doing a meme video. You will represent greed, uncleanliness, violence, and everything wrong with capitalism. And also, the tall creatures will eat you probably. Wait, What did I even do? What did I do, man? I'm actually incredibly clean when I go in the mud baths. That doesn't even make any sense. So, I mean, but they do eat a lot. I will say that. They'll eat anything. Those hogs are crazy. Especially wild hogs. Wild hogs are just abominations, invasive, just terrible creatures altogether. Even Steve Irwin hated wild hogs, so that's just to tell you how bad the wild ones are. But pigs, I guess pigs are fine. Hands at 10 and 2, dear. Okay, Mom. Careful. Always a cop over that hill.
Oh, no.
Thanks, Dad. Make sure you're doing your job there, kid. I mean, to be fair, my mom, more like when I was learning to drive, she would just yell at me constantly. Doing anything, she would just constantly yell. It was the most stressful learning experience of my career. Meanwhile, Dad was just like, yeah, good job, whatever. A loaf duel, as it's a dog and a cat. Oh. Well, I thought the chair legs were their legs. It is kind of interesting how they almost match. If it wasn't for like the green pillow, I feel like it'd be almost AI, but yeah, no, they actually are just sitting there. Huh. Underwear must be worn with kilts when wind speeds exceed 25 miles per hour. Only in Scotland. Only in Scotland when you see a sign like this for public indecency. I will be free from you sign. I can wear it, dude. It's not like a skirt. I can roam around and be happy. If Dracula had a cat and he's sleeping outside of his car. Oh man, literally Ashley, she's just like, I don't like Kiro, man spreading everywhere. I didn't have any room on my side of the bed. I'm just like, well, just kick him off. And she's like, no, he's too cute. He looks so comfy. When we all got together in nurse costumes for Halloween, I was the only one who stood out as an operating nurse. And I mean, the other girls are nice, but she's just sitting there like, I mean, one girl did not get the memo of getting the hot nurse and doctors out here. All right, well, you know, at least there's two different kinds of people. The ones that go for accuracy and the ones that go for the hot one. You know, I respect both. Frick, my boss just gave me this. I don't want it. He even painted his hand red. Okay, well, can I have it? Yeah, sure. Oh, man. Oh, man. You seem to be quite strong. Okay. All right. Oh. Oh my God. And he turned so red. Man was looking like a plunger at the end when you go trying to get it in there. What were they doing to my boy at that massage parlor, man? What the heck? Cute couple got on CNN because they got a duck-shaped tomato in their garden. That's just a cute little duck tomato. Oh my God, it actually is a cute little duck tomato. It ain't gonna last very long, but that's the cutest little duck tomato you ever did see. I don't know how you preserve that. How to ruin historical enthusiasts' fans' trust. And oh, that's a very nice armor looking right there. Okay. And well, you put some high heels in it. Well, you put some stilettos on the armor. It doesn't matter. It's fantasy for a reason. If you want a suit of armor with stilettos, you get one, baby. All right, so okay, all right. Versus Y, as the mouth is below the snoot. And please don't put the mouth there, please. And then whatever this abomination is. Why is there a big nose in it? What is that thing? I hate it. I hate it so much. Me and my cat Paul, all right. Hi, Paul. All right. Hi, Jerry. The big stretch on the face. I mean, usually my technique is I go around and pat their, like, their back a little bit, and then they rub up against my arm and stuff like that, and they're happy that way. But yeah, Minna likes the head rubs like that too. I don't know about me though. Don't make my forehead any bigger than it actually is, please. Anyway, that's gonna do it here for our meme video. Hopefully you guys had some good laughs. If you did, check out my other videos. Leave a like, it really helps out. I'm just saying the algorithm. And I will see you beautiful sons and guns again in the next video.
Oh no, it's Erza. Or whatever her name is. shield buttons. Let's try this again. Oh hey, they had a celebration. Nikkei had a celebration, that's right. Let's go pick a video. Game theory. Let's play some Dead, but why? Ah, I misclicked. It's hard to click when you see the paid promotion.
Is the Let's Play dead? A format that once defined YouTube in the mid-2010s now feels like it's become a smaller and smaller piece of this digital empire. How did this happen? Why did this happen? And more importantly, is there anything that can be done to save it? Hello Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that is back on the green screen, and you know what that means. It's time for another fun meta discussion about the gaming world. You've all seen the title, you've all seen the thumbnail, and the cold open, I hope. Don't tell me you skipped it. Ugh. Go back and watch it. I hid a secret in there for you and everything. And for those of you who did watch it and found that secret, thanks, good job. But while we wait for the others, why don't you hit that subscribe button? They should all be done in around 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, this video's main topic is the Let's Play dead? It may seem like a strange question to ask. In its simplest form, a Let's Play is someone recording themselves playing a game and also recording either their voice or their face so that the audience can get their reactions, as well as capturing silly moments.
What is this?
Videos like this were everywhere in the 2010s. They launched tens of thousands of careers and were the gold standard of YouTube. So why am I asking if the genre is dead? Well, the truth is, I'm not the only one. I've seen this question pop up a few times over the last couple of years on Reddit, YouTube, and on Twitter. But in the last few months, it seems like it's become a bigger and bigger topic of discussion. And I'll admit, something does seem different now. It's not necessarily that there are fewer Let's Players. Arguably, there are more people doing variations on this sort of content than ever. But the traditional Let's Play clearly isn't having the impact it used to. Just looking at the top 100 YouTube channels in 2015, nearly 25 of them are Let's Players. But now, a decade later, it's only 4. And mainstay channels like 8-Bit Ryan, Bijou Mike, and Dorko are regularly making videos about having to change their approach to Let's Plays because what they have been doing isn't working anymore. So, today, I wanted to take a look back at the history of the genre, how it came to be, how it evolved over time, and ultimately, where it's going in order to truly answer the question, are Let's Plays dead? The foundation of the Let's Play actually begins well before Let's Plays are even a thing. Gaming, nearly at its very conception, was designed to be played with people. You could go to the arcade and either watch someone beat the high score or play with someone else. You could go round to your friend's house and play couch co-op or go for a LAN party. Even one of the earliest games, Pong, was a 2-player game. Gaming was designed as an inherently social activity. Some of my fondest memories are playing games like Crash Bash with my brother on Saturday mornings before my mum and dad woke up. But what would you do if you didn't have people physically around you and you wanted to share your experiences with other people who also enjoyed that particular game? You took to this brand new thing called the internet and the exciting new world of online forums, specifically a website known as Something Awful. While the exact origin of the Let's Play is a little ambiguous, it's widely understood to have started here. This place was all the rage in the early 2000s, being the place memes like All Your Base Belong to Us, How Is Babby Formed, and Chuck Norris facts gained their massive popularity. In 2004, a user called Slow Beef took to the site and began uploading screenshots of his playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 2, leaving comments about the screenshots that vary from informative, like we'd expect from any normal walkthrough, and snarky, like we'd expect from a normal Let's Player. This style of thread began to pick up traction, especially when people could start commenting and guiding the actions taken by the player. Most of the time, meaning things went completely awry. But circling back to that sense of community and playing with people, not just on your own. This led to the term Let's Plays being coined in 2005, as in, let us play. And that year might sound familiar to you guys. It's the same year a little website called YouTube became a thing. Not that the Let's Play would really transfer there for a number of years. I mean, the Let's Play was a static medium and YouTube was a video site. There's no way these two things could work together. Until they did. On January 4th, 2007, Slow Beef began doing a Let's Play of The Immortal for the Sega Genesis, otherwise known as the Mega Drive for my fellow Europeans. Sound off in the comments. It started out like every other Let's Play Slow Beef had done up until that point, and he threw the internet a curveball.
Test. Okay, this is Slow Beef. I usually like to add something a little crazy to my Let's Play threads.
That, my friends, is a video clip with commentary. Slow Beef said he'd like to add some little extra thing to his Let's Plays, but this isn't just a little something. This was a genre-defining moment. This led to people like fellow Something Awful user Proton John to start doing player commentary Let's Play videos later that year. The same year that YouTube introduced something you may have heard of, the YouTube Partner Program, where if you reached a certain threshold, you could have ads play on your videos and you'd earn a cut. Suddenly, you weren't just uploading videos for your friends or communities online. This could be an actual job. And as the years went on, more and more people began to jump on this style of content, like Nintendo Capri-Sun, Chugger Conroy, Raocow, Paul Soares Jr., Ethos Lab, and of course, PewDiePie.
What the fuck is that? I think he wants something.
All of them and many more saw some amount of success. Subs were going up and money was coming in. But YouTube wasn't done adding changes to the site, and they did something that turned this relatively new but growing format into an overnight sensation. In October 2012, YouTube announced that they were changing how their algorithm worked. Before this point, the algorithm would recommend videos based on the number of views it had. If it had a lot of views, clearly a lot of people liked it, and so YouTube would spread it around more, which led to people gaming the system with clickbait thumbnails, titles, and opening seconds. Because it didn't matter if the viewer stayed for the rest of the video, the view had already been counted, and so they'd be put in front of more people and gain more clicks and online fame. Wasn't what YouTube wanted. For the partner program to work, they needed to show ads to people. And if people were clicking off after a couple of seconds, they didn't get to see that many ads. No, they needed to stay for long stretches to be shown as many ads as possible. And so they changed the algorithm to favor not views, but watch time. You were rewarded the longer someone watched your video, which meant if your videos were naturally longer and had random spikes of horror or surprise that would lead to over-the-top reactions throughout the video, chances are more people would watch. Do you see where I'm going with this? Let's Plays, along with daily vlogs, became the new kings of the platform, leading to gamers we've mentioned like PewDiePie growing at much faster rates and launching the careers of some other now well-known faces who only started recently.
Who's that handsome guy up in the corner? It's me!
Hey everybody, Dan here from the Diamonds Minecart, and today I'm starting a brand new adventure.
Hello, all you beautiful people out there.
Plus, this content was relatively easy and cheap to produce. You obviously had to be entertaining, and that's not always an easy feat, but back then, there was very little editing involved. Mics and webcams weren't that expensive, and games weren't $80 yet. Oh, if only you knew the horrors that awaited Mark. I'm sure one of your indie horror reactions would have fit perfectly with the recent Nintendo Directs. But you don't have to look like Mark over here, afraid of all the high prices. Instead, you can rest easy knowing you're saving money without having to lift a finger, thanks to our partner, Chime. Chime is the #1 most loved banking app that millions of Americans use to spend, manage, and most importantly, save. their money. I'll be honest, I've been trying to get my head around banking and saving since moving to the US. You'd think banks would be similar across the pond, but alas, that is not the case. Fortunately, Chime has made finding ways to save money so easy, even I could understand it. Their high-yield savings account offers up to 3.5% annual percentage yield, which is 8 times higher than your national average, meaning if you've managed to save $5,000, you'd be gaining an extra $175 in 1 year instead of just 20. And when you're saving up for those new headphones, that upcoming vacation, or the ever-important emergency fund, every little counts. Plus, Chime doesn't just give you a good rate, they also make it easy to save. If you set up Chime as your primary direct deposit for your paycheck, for example, you can set it to automatically put a percentage of your earnings straight into savings. Hooray! No more math every 2 weeks. Or you can take a more stealthy approach and use their roundup feature, which rounds up every purchase to the nearest dollar and puts all those extra pennies into the savings every time you spend. And to top it all off, Chime is offering you lucky theorists a bonus of up to $350 if you open a new Chime account today using the link in the description or using the QR code on screen. That's free money on top of all the money you'll be making thanks to Chime's high-yield savings account. Thanks again to Chime for sponsoring this video, but now let's go back to how this change in the algorithm helped Let's Players to grow. Thanks to the low cost of production, it meant you could very easily pump out daily, sometimes even twice daily videos. This time was also the rise of indie horror games, namely Amnesia, Slender Man, and Five Nights at Freddy's. Games that were hard to beat, had loads of replay value, and were full of jump scares, giving us some of the most entertaining reactions to watch from the comfort of our own beds.
Oh god damn it!
Oh, it's a chick! By 2013, PewDiePie was the most subscribed channel on the platform. By 2015, 25 of the top 100 YouTube channels were Let's Players. People even began wondering whether Let's Players could affect game sales. But while YouTube was happy to keep feeding their audiences these long, advertiser-friendly pieces of content, something was bubbling under the surface in audiences. Videos had become much more curated, more heavily edited, and Let's Players themselves had gotten so big, it felt like it was impossible to really know them anymore. It no longer felt like sitting down with your friend to watch a video. You were watching a celebrity. To be fair, the creators were feeling this too, that videos were less authentic and that they had less of a connection to the audience who got them there to begin with. And that desire became an opportunity for the classic Let's Play to evolve and for a competitor to swoop in. Now, Twitch had been around for a bit at this point. It was founded in 2011 as Justin TV, if any of you remember that. It offered a different yet weirdly familiar kind of experience. It removed the need for things like editing and thumbnails. You could just turn on a camera, boot up a game, and play. Obviously, this was a huge cost save for creators, but it also brought back that old school feel of early YouTube. Just longer. And for audiences, they were now able to get even more time with their favorite creators, rather than just a 10 to 30-minute video a couple of times a week. Now they could sit with them for literal hours and watch them react to stuff in real time. It felt so much more authentic. And the cherry on top, there was a live chat function. Rather than just commenting on a video and hoping that maybe the creator would see it and reply or respond in a video, now you could interact with them directly. You could help them with a part of the game they were struggling with, or you could just talk to other people who like that creator. Kind of like the old school forum days, and much like the days of sitting with your friends on the couch and playing games together. The problem was, in 2014, Twitch introduced a new video management system that would remove your VODs after 14 days, 60 if you were a partner. So, what did all those streamers do? They began uploading their VODs to YouTube, flooding the market with this new kind of Let's Play. You can see from this graph here that searches for Let's Plays begin to fall around this time, and searches for live streams begin to go up. Between 2014 and 2015, Twitch's unique viewers increased from 55 million to 100 million. And so YouTube obviously took note, releasing its own gaming live streaming platform, YouTube Gaming, in 2015. And again, this causes Let's Plays to drop down in popularity. But as you can see here in June of 2016, there is a moment that the two searches cross. Live stream overtakes Let's Plays. Why? Because this is when Twitch introduced cheering, where users could donate to creators in the form of bits. So rather than subscribing to a streamer for $5, you could now donate a single bit worth 1 cent, making it much more affordable for younger audiences to support creators they liked. And it was a great way for a smaller creator to earn extra income alongside YouTube ad revenue that they were usually getting. Since then, live stream as a term has continued to rise, while Let's Plays have continued to go down. Interestingly enough, at the same time, searches for gameplay also went down, while reaction went up, further implying that what people were really after were creators and their reactions, like the good old days of horror Let's Plays, rather than actual gameplay. Obviously, there's a discussion we could have about correlation versus causation, but I thought it was interesting to point out. But YouTube wasn't done sabotaging their golden goose, accidentally or not. There was one more big change around the same time that would lead us to the question we're asking today. In 2015, YouTube was the top video streaming app at the time, competing with the likes of Netflix, Hulu, and ESPN. But that was just the mobile market. Where services like Netflix really shone was in TV viewership. Their high-quality shows and zero ads was a huge appeal to the more traditional media audience. YouTube wanted a piece of that pie, and so since 2015, they've been trying to do just that. They launched YouTube Red, which we now know is YouTube Premium. This gave audiences an ad-free experience, plus access to exclusive, high-quality television-level content made by the creators you all know and love. They introduced YouTube TV in 2017, a streaming service offering cable channels. And if you've been at a VidCon at any point in the last 5 years, you'll know that YouTube has been pushing creators more and more into making content designed for TVs. Make sure your videos are in 4K, create series, have your videos planned months in advance, just like they do in TV land, and of course, make your videos even longer. If you've been wondering why there's been a rise in crazy long video essays over the last 5 years, this is why. It's also why we saw the meteoric rise of channels like MrBeast, who were producing hyper-edited, high-production value videos to the point where legitimate TV studios were giving him actual TV shows, which basically just looked like his normal videos, but bigger. This is the type of content YouTube wants. And so, just like they did back in 2012, they changed the algorithm to favor these channels, what most surveys define as YouTube's entertainment genre. But what did that mean for Let's Plays? They've also gotten longer over the years. You can record them all now in full 4K. Longer games mean more episodes of a series, and a lot of them have become hyper-edited with the rise of TikTok and Roblox. So surely this is a huge benefit to them, right? Sadly, that doesn't appear to be the case. While, yes, on a technical level, Let's Plays do tick all of those boxes, it lacks the one thing that the entertainment genre has: its appeal to mainstream audiences. Again, people like MrBeast are making shows that regular audiences want to watch. They're reality shows with a YouTube twist. But even if it's in 4K and well edited, it's much harder to convince the normies to watch someone sit at their computer and scream at gameplay. Don't get me wrong, I love Let's Plays. Besides this channel, they were some of the first ones I ever subscribed to. But it's hard to deny that Let's Plays just don't meet the threshold for what normal audiences, and therefore YouTube, consider to be high production value. There's not multiple cameras, there's no characters or story arcs for the people on screen. It sadly just falls into the same old trope that YouTube is just kids in their bedroom with a camera, and YouTube desperately wants to shed that stereotype. I mean, there's a reason why when PewDiePie and Markiplier were asked to make YouTube originals, they made much bigger shows rather than just big, more high-quality Let's Plays. YouTube has always known that Let's Plays don't translate, and so now it's less prioritized in the algorithm. So, that's the history of the Let's Play. And so, it's time to answer the question that kicked all of this off. Is the Let's Play dead? Well, honestly, it depends on what you define as dead. If you're talking about Let's Plays being the juggernauts of the online industry, then it would be easy to say yes. More and more of those classic OG Let's Players have slowed down their uploads and began making new content, or movies, or apparel, or food. And the data and history show a very clear decline compared to the newer styles of content. So, if you were looking to become the next biggest YouTube channel, you're unlikely to get there by being a gamer alone. That's also true over on Twitch. While it's clearly a more gaming-focused platform, unlike YouTube, the people sitting at the top are finding more and more success with other styles of content like IRL streams, just chatting, or big events like the Stream Again. However, that doesn't mean that Let's Plays are completely dead. There are thousands upon thousands of Let's Play channels around that are plenty successful. Heck, Proton John is still going after all these years. Obviously, success is subjective. For some, it may be about having the most subscribers or views, and as we've talked about, that's gonna be a challenge. But for a lot of others, it may just be the ability to do YouTube full time. We're gonna do a lot of back of the napkin math here, so bear with me. From the data that's available, what I could determine was that the current average ad revenue for a Let's Play channel is roughly $5 per 1,000 views. The median individual salary right now in the US is around $62,000. So in order to make that much per year, you would, again, roughly need just over 1 million views a month. Now, that isn't a small amount of views, but the point is that if you're getting that amount of views per month, it doesn't put you in the top 100 channels. You'd likely be somewhere in the top 2,000 to 3,000 channels. And that doesn't include the fact that some people could survive on less. Some videos have higher revenue than others, and there's other revenue streams like brand deals, memberships, or merch, like our brand new Theoryware, which you can get at theoryverse.store, which means you may even be in the top 4,000 to 5,000 channel range. Of course, subscriber numbers don't directly translate to revenue, but it gives you a rough idea and goes to show that while being a Let's Player might not make you an overnight sensation anymore, they are definitely still around, and I would consider them successful. Success is what you make of it after all. Finding your key push. What is it that you bring to the table? And if you stay true to that, success, money, all of that will follow. If you put money and success first, you'll either burn out or people will begin to see through it and slowly fall off. The medium's not dead, it's just different now. It's more like a semi-reliable office job rather than becoming a Hollywood superstar. Although that doesn't mean things have to stay that way. Just like Let's Plays have evolved from screenshots on a chat board to videos with audio to face cams to live streams, if we do want Let's Plays back on top, it's gonna take another evolution within the genre. If the industry is leaning into television quality programming with videos that appeal to mainstream audiences, then Let's Plays need to adapt to suit that. We're already seeing some sense of this with videos like the Minecraft Civilization series. Let's Plays with characters, storylines, cinematic camera angles. But clearly, we need to go further. How exactly we do that, I'm not sure. But I do know that this kind of innovation can't just be all about the data. It has to be driven by the thing that made all of these channels blow up in the first place. Passion. Doing what you love. Maybe one of you watching has that drive and is able to take the things I've talked about today and apply it to your brand new Let's Play channel, evolving the genre and breaking into the mainstream market that YouTube is so desperately pushing towards. All I ask is that if you do manage to achieve that, when you're up there accepting your Emmy Award, just give me a little shout out. You figured out the solution, but this is where you got the theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching. World premiere on Game Theory. This may be the most important episode of Game Theory I've ever done.
VTuber clips. They become too brain rotted.
Why do all the statues think at you? I think you start seeing things they
The last years of my life. Oh no, Pokeballs. No, it's immortality.
This Pokeball is a death trap. These cute little balls designed to capture our beloved Pokemon will be the last thing our little friends see before they die. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Game Theory, the show that captures your heart with science. And today, loyal theorists, I come to you guys with my head hanging in shame. I've been host of this channel for over a year and a half at this point, and yet, somehow, in that time, I've not done a single Pokemon episode. No, you don't count. This franchise was my childhood. It's the series I've probably put the most hours into in my 3 decades of existence. How have I never covered this series properly? Well, friends, that ends today. With Legend ZA just being released, it re-sparked my passion for this franchise and made me want to go back to one of the most basic parts of the series, the humble Pokeball. You might be wondering, what is there to talk about when it comes to these things? They've made us do the same catching tutorial about a dozen times. You throw the Pokeball, Pokemon goes in the ball, 3 shakes, done. But have you ever stopped to wonder just how all this happens? I mean, these are devices capable of capturing sentient elemental beings against their will. That's some MCU levels of technological advancement that they make out of fruit and sell to 10-year-olds. Watching the anime growing up, I'd always assumed that the beam of light that came from the Pokeball somehow digitized the Pokemon so that they could get stored in the PC. But then, while I was replaying Legends Arceus in the build-up to ZA, I noticed this line from the professor. You'll recall, of course, that Pokemon possess the odd power to shrink themselves down. With the Pokeballs we craft, we can make use of that power to catch them. What? They just shrink? That feels so hand-wavy. Like the kind of thing you tell a 10-year-old to sort of justify the whole capturing creatures against their will thing. Don't ask questions, Timmy. You've got to catch them all. I mean, I suppose this is a game for kids, but this is game theory. And the truth is, while at first that explanation feels like a slap in the face, it may be grounded in plausible explanations. It's just a shame that those plausible explanations are also the things that are going to kill not just our little friends, but all of us. First, we have to address the whole shrinking thing. At first glance, it seems like a simplified explanation of how Pokeballs can work in the Hisui region, a region that takes place in the distant past with seemingly no advanced technology. But considering all the other strange abilities that Pokemon possess, like the ability to literally explode without dying, is it that ridiculous of an idea that they can all shrink? Pokemon does literally stand for pocket monsters, after all. How did they get that name before the invention of Pokeballs without demonstrating some pocket-fitting abilities? There's even a move that Pokemon can learn straight up called Minimize. So there is clearly some precedent for it, but it's actually much more scientific than that. For a moment, let's put on our evolution caps. No, not that kind of evolution, like real biological evolution. In the real world, there are 4 main reasons why an organism might develop a seemingly wacky ability. In biology, we call these the 4 Fs: feeding, fighting, fleeing, and mating. And of these 4 options, fleeing is the most logical explanation for this shrinkage. Plenty of creatures in our world have evolved to have the means of escape that at first glance seem quite ridiculous. But hey, if it can help you get away enough to survive, it's worth it. Many types of lizards, like the anole lizard, will detach their own tail if a predator takes a chomp at it, allowing them to make a daring escape. Likewise, pufferfish balloon into a giant ball of spikes and toxins to avoid becoming something else's snack. But when it comes to bizarre escape acts, nobody beats the humble sea cucumber. When threatened, these slow as molasses cukes will, and I hope you're not eating, they will literally fire their intestines out of their butts. This sticky and toxic substance can get caught in whatever is trying to eat it, giving the cucumber just enough time to make it out alive. Man, talk about spilling your guts. And if that's sounding a little familiar to the Pokemon world, yes, this little trick is the inspiration behind Pyukumuku's ability, Innards Out. You know, the sea cucumber Pokemon. Wait a minute. If Pyukumuku shoots its intestines out of there, then that means this part of it is... That uncomfortable thought aside, the point I'm trying to make here is that while shrinking oneself down to avoid predators may seem like a bit of overkill compared to other things real animals have done to protect their hides, it's not really that crazy. And you know what? The more I think about this, the more I realize that Pokemon shrinkage helps explain things in the world of Pokemon that just never made any logical sense. I'm sure many of you have had thoughts like this, ideas that seem crazy until you lay out the facts and talk to other people about them. Or are you the kind of person person who just enjoys debating these ideas. I'm actuallying at the first chance you get. Well, what if I told you that we've made something specifically for you, while also making theorizing competitive? Because, of course we did. We're gamers after all. Introducing our brand new tabletop game, Just a Theory. Gather your friends, draw a card, and come up with the craziest theories from across the theoryverse, while trying to convince your friends in order that you can collect pieces of the theorist logo. Think of it like Trivial Pursuit meets Cards Against Humanity, but instead of dirty jokes or random pop quizzes, you're coming up with theories about things like, what's the worst material for a swimsuit? What's the most creative way to cook a burger? And if Freddy Fazbear had a diary, what would his most recent entry say? That last one absolutely keeps me up at night. I wonder if Matt knows now that he's voicing Toy Bonnie in the movie. There may even be a little theorist surprise hiding inside. So put your theorist skills to the test and get your copy of Just a Theory today at Walmart.com or at a Walmart near you. Now, let's start with an easy one. Why does Pokemon being able to shrink make sense? Have you ever stopped to think about how when you walk into tall grass, you can't actually see where the Pokemon is until you step into them? Even in the new games where some Pokemon are visible, when you walk into grass, there is a chance you'll find a Pokemon that isn't visible initially. Like, I'm pretty sure I'd be able to see an entire Snorlax chilling behind a 2-foot blade of grass long before I walked up to it, unless Pokemon are all shrunk down, hiding, avoiding detection from predators or overzealous 10-year-olds. It's only after we step in the grass and presumably on top of them that they spring into full size and get ready for battle. Speaking of battles, why can't I catch a Pokemon after I knock it out? Shouldn't it be unable to wiggle free? Well, not if shrinking is something they need to be awake to do. As we know now, no shrinking means that Pokeballs can't capture anything. So if we accidentally one-hit KO our would-be HM Mule, then it probably wouldn't be able to shrink to fit inside the ball. It's unconscious. I gotta say, at this point in my research, I was totally shocked. Like, doing just a little bit of digging, not only could tiny pocket monsters be a totally legitimate defense mechanism, but it also helps fill in some of the series' biggest plot holes. However, notice how despite all of these Pokemon having the ability to shrink whenever they want, they don't do it all of the time for their protection. Especially in the newer games where you just see them walking around outside. Why? Because shrinking a living creature down to microscopic size comes with some uncomfortable side effects. Let's use my favorite Pokemon Eevee as an example. As it shrinks down, everything about it shrinks. Its little ears, its tail, and yes, its eyes. The reason that humans and most animals are able to see in the first place is because light rays enter our eyes through our pupils. As Eevee shrinks down, the pupils will also shrink, allowing less light to pass through, leading to its vision becoming darker and darker. If the pupils manage to get smaller than the wavelength of visible light, around 400 nanometers, then absolutely no light would pass through and the captured Pokemon would live a life in total darkness. Think about that the next time you send a Pokemon to the box, never to see the light of day again, literally. A similar issue would arise when it comes to sound as well. At that scale, Eevee's cry would be so small that our ears wouldn't be able to pick it up, and sounds coming from our voices would be more like shockwaves than audible communication. But being unable to see or hear would be the least of Eevee's troubles. For one, Eevee would have a tough time just trying to maintain its own body temperature. If Eevee were to shrink to 1/10 of its size, that would mean that its surface area would decrease by a factor of 100 and its volume would decrease by a factor of 1,000 thanks to the square cube law. Because surface area shrinks with the square of the radius, but volume, it shrinks with the cube of the radius. That means that Eevee would have a relatively tiny body to generate heat, but enough surface area to radiate away all of its body heat and fast. In order to maintain its body heat enough to, not die, it would have to eat the equivalent of its body weight or more just to prevent shutting down from hypothermia. And this new smaller size is also going to make it near impossible for Eevee to get any oxygen in its lungs, because Eevee's lung volume would be so much smaller compared to the surface area inside of the lungs, it literally wouldn't be able to breathe enough oxygen to survive. In fact, if Eevee was shrunk down small enough, oxygen itself might be too big to enter the lungs at all, or bind to the hemoglobin in its blood, preventing oxygen from getting to all of its vital organs. All of this means that a Pokemon that was shrunk down would be unable to see, hear, keep warm, or even breathe. Now, for a few moments, or perhaps even a few minutes, that's not a major issue. If we bring this back to the world of evolution, it's possible that a Pokemon that chooses to shrink down could survive for a bit, long enough to be able to get away from a predator before popping back to normal size. But what if someone came around and, I don't know, forced a Pokemon into a metal prison, unable to to regrow back to normal size for an indeterminate amount of time. That would mean that our friend Evie would slowly suffocate and freeze in a dark, silent coffin of our own making. But regardless of whether they're alive or dead inside the ball, we now have another potential problem. See, the idea of capturing our little buddies and shrinking them down to the size of a Pokeball might trigger the creation of a little something called a black hole. Theoretically, any object in the universe that has mass, from the sun to a soul rock, can become a real deal black hole if you compress all of its mass into a tiny, tiny, tiny space. This space is known as the object's Schwarzschild radius. For example, if you take the sun and compress it down to a ball with a radius of 3 kilometers, then our sun would spontaneously become a black hole. So if we're squishing sometimes massive Pokemon into really tiny balls, is that small enough to reach its Schwarzschild radius? Let's take the heaviest Pokemon in the games, which is actually a tie between Cosmoem and Celesteela, both weighing 999.9 kilograms or 2,204.4 pounds. The formula for the Schwarzschild radius is actually super simple, as most of the formula is just constants. It's 2 times the gravitational constant times the mass divided by the speed of light squared. So just plug in the mass of our object and voila! We find that the Schwarzschild radius for the heaviest Pokemon in the games is 1.485 times 10 to the power of minus 24 meters, or 1.485 Yoctometers. Yeah, we're in Yocto territory now. For context, that's about 2 billion times smaller than the radius of an electron. That's the same effective radius as a neutrino, one of the smallest objects we know about in the universe. At this scale, even the ideas of size and radius start to break down for quantum physics reasons. So yeah, unless Pokemon are able to shrink to Ant-Man levels, we can rest easy knowing that derpy screw-ups like Ash don't have the ability to trigger black holes all across the Pokemon world. Phew. But even if it doesn't trigger a black hole, that doesn't mean that capturing Pokemon won't get very tense. Or should I say, dense. If you followed this channel for a while, you know that we love talking about density, the amount of matter per unit of volume, or DMV. If we're cramming all of that mass into a tiny ball, wouldn't that become denser than the Earth itself and sink to the core, causing problems? Well, let's run the numbers. If we take the mass of the heaviest Pokemon again, 999.9 kilograms, and compress it to the size of a Pokeball, which, according to the Wand Company who make the official Pokeball replicas, has a diameter of 3 inches or 7.5 centimeters, with the volume of a sphere being pi r squared and the radius being half the diameter, the Pokeball's volume ends up being 220.9 cubic centimeters. Plug that into DMV and you get that Celesteela or Cosmoem, shrunk to just fit inside the Pokeball, would have a density of around 4,526,500 kilograms per cubic meter. That's over 370 times more dense than the densest part of the Earth's core. But that's not even the end of it. If we assume that Pokeballs are instead as small as we've seen them in the anime, around the size of a ping pong ball, then the density shoots up to nearly 30 million kilograms per cubic meter. And if we know that objects that are more dense sink in objects that are less dense, that should mean that a freshly caught Cosmoem should therefore sink to the center of the Earth, right? Actually, no. You see, when we talk about objects sinking into other objects because of density, we're typically talking about 2 liquids or a solid in a liquid. This is because liquids offer very little resistance to an object falling around them, but 2 solid objects are different. When you stand on the ground, not only are you pushing down on the ground, but the ground is pushing back with an equal and opposite force, hence you don't move. When you think about it, Celesteela and Cosmoem have a weight of just 999.9 kilograms or 2,204 pounds. That is only 1/6 the weight of an African elephant. If the ground can support elephants and their relatively tiny footprints, so could the Earth hold any captured Pokemon in its Pokeball. Still, I wouldn't want to drop that Pokeball on my foot, and if it falls in the ocean, forget about it. But wait a minute, when Ash captures a Snorlax, it's not like the ball suddenly becomes half a ton. I mean, unless Ash is jacked underneath those spindly arms. All of the mass of the captured Pokemon has to be going somewhere. According to the law of conversion of mass, matter cannot be created or destroyed. So where is all of that Snorlax stuff going? Well, it's not going anywhere. Instead, it's being converted into a different form, energy, described by arguably the most famous formula clear in all of physics, E equals mc squared. Matter and energy are really just two sides of the same coin. Matter can be converted into pure energy and vice versa. This means a Pokeball needs to not only capture shrinking Pokemon, they also need to convert some or all of the Pokemon's mass into energy so that you and I are able to pick it up and transport it on our belts. Maybe the anime wasn't so wrong with the energy beams after all. But that is where the rest of Silphco's Pokeball empire comes crumbling down. Let me explain with our pal Eevee again. Eevee has a mass of 6.5 kilograms. Plugging that into E equals mc squared, with c being the speed of light in a vacuum, or 299,792,458 meters per second, we can calculate that an Eevee contains an amount of energy equal to, and hold on to your chairs for this one, 584 quadrillion 190 trillion 866 billion 178,931,466 joules. That is the equivalent of 139,624,968 tons of TNT. 93,000 times as much energy as the bombs dropped on Hiroshima. That is 40% more powerful than the most powerful thermonuclear bomb ever designed, the Soviet Tsar bomb. So big that even our favorite nuclear scaling website, NukeMap, can't display bombs that big. And that's just the energy to capture an Eevee. If we scale this up to that of Cosmoem or Celesteela, we're dealing with 89 quintillion joules of energy, or 21 gigatons of TNT. All of that mass needs to be converted to energy every time you want to capture your favorite mon, and then we convert it back into matter whenever youngster Joey wants to throw hands. I mean, clearly nothing has gone wrong yet, but we're talking about amounts of energy equivalent to apocalyptic-sized bombs, all being contained in an item that costs only 200 Poké-dollars. Now I finally get why Ash's Pikachu was always so hesitant to get in the ball. If he wasn't dead going in, he is almost certainly dead coming out of it. But hey, that's just a theory. A game theory! Thanks for watching.
World premiere on Game Theory.
Pokemon sizes make absolutely zero sense.
They don't. Nothing ever does. What was the bird box monster? I don't even know. The glow up. The 30 hours of streaming. One Piece, the official anime of the revolution.
Over the past few months, certain cosplay props been showing up in places you'd never expect, at least if you don't know anything about the anime and manga that it's from. A goofy little caricature of a skull and crossbones and a jaunty little yellow straw hat flying proudly over desperate protests and the flaming wreckage of a nation's capital. There are a few Shonen Jump anime one could say have conquered the world over the years, but none quite so literally as this. From New York to Jakarta, Paris to Palestine, Rome to Kathmandu, One Piece is being adopted the world over as the official manga of protest and revolution. Which must be more than a little confusing to folks who mainly know Luffy as that one guy who was always standing next to Boruto's dad in Bleachigo from, you know, that one anime that's way too long to ever watch it. Meanwhile, those who have watched it are just thinking,
Sniper King, shoot down that flag.
Those pirates just declared war against the world government! Yeah, sounds about right. Nice. So in the interest of clearing up that confusion, and also just because I think it's really cool and fun to talk about, I want to examine some of the political themes that have made One Piece and the Mugiwara flag such lightning rods for radical and revolutionary thought among Gen Z. Though before we can get to that, this video is sponsored by Stella Sora, a classically styled top-down light-action adventure RPG with a branching, episodic story that'll take you on a thrilling, action-packed journey across the slightly retro fantasy world of Nova, a place where knights wield flip phones, adventurers heal up with drinks out of vending machines, and your local news' eye-in-the-sky chopper is a witch on a broomstick. From your own bird's-eye view, you'll guide a team of brave, brave trekkers as they fight through this strange world, your every choice weaving a complex tapestry from their fates. Pick 3 from a vast cast of charmingly designed characters and assign them to main or support roles. Each trekker has 2 distinct skill sets to suit each position, allowing for countless viable combinations. Adapt and experiment to craft bespoke strategies for every challenge you face, or hone the perfect squad to suit your personal playstyle. Either way, the power's in your hands. Along the way, you'll forge lasting bonds with all of your cute, quirky companions, like the new 5-star warrior Chitose, who sees herself as an extension of her own water-bending sword, both by fighting alongside them in the field and exchanging messages between battles. And once you're done with story mode, a whole new realm of intense post-game trials and alternate modes awaits, where you can duel the world's best trekkers, dive into bullet hell, or play through endless roguelike battles with ever-changing skill combos in each run. And you can get even more value out of Stella Sora by using the promo code BOSSGIFT for some sweet rewards when you download the game at the link in the doobly-doo. Stella Sora is available now on iOS, Android, and PC. Now, with that out of the way, before getting started, we should also probably address all the folks who will adamantly insist One Piece isn't political at all. So, yeah, they're just completely wrong. Both in the broad, everything is political sense that no work of art can fully expunge its own creator's biases and worldview, and the memey sense that it has many queer and racialized characters in it, but also in the more specific sense that Eiichiro Oda has a lot of very strong opinions regarding governments and social issues that he builds most of his story arcs around. Drum Island is explicitly about the evils of privatized and monopolized medicine. The entire East Blue saga is bookended with stories about different scales of police corruption. Skypiea is about colonialism and its ties to the romanticized age of exploration. Fishman Island deals with civil rights and the evils of racial supremacy. Alabasta and Dressrosa both examine from different angles how covert foreign actors can destabilize and subvert sovereign states. Water 7 is about basically the CIA doing that and leads directly into a vicious spoof of Japan's guilty until proven innocent court system. Wano explores the pros and cons of open borders with a little side of trans rights. Sabo's backstory is all about how elites divide and conquer through social stratification. Robin's backstory shows how history can be twisted and erased to control political narratives in the Smithsonian. The entire Summit War saga is about the corruption and politicization of justice itself. Long Ring Longland is about cheating scandals in the Laugh Olympics. It's a very political manga. And when you dig deeper to look at the underlying narrative connecting those arcs, you find revolutionary politics baked into One Piece and Luffy's very DNA. Literally. Oda keeps a picture of Che Guevara hanging prominently in his studio, and he's based more than one character on his likeness and history, including Monkey D. Luffy's own father, Dragon, the leader of the Revolutionary Army. Now, Luffy himself is not a revolutionary, not consciously anyway. His only political priority is the redistribution of meat. But he is a freedom fighter in the most literal sense of the term, that he will fight anyone who tramples on his or his friend's freedom, which naturally leads to him overthrowing a despot or two, since anyone who shares meat with him is his friend for life. And for that, like many freedom fighters the world over, the dominant global hegemony has branded him a criminal and a terrorist. That hegemony, the world government, isn't a direct allegory for any specific empire, but there are some clear historical parallels. Aesthetically, it borrows a lot from Age of Sail Britain, but the material conditions are a little more modern. A vast network of international extortion that drains the resources of subordinate states in exchange for vague promises of protection, while treating the citizens of unallied states as effectively subhuman, killing them for resources or just for the hell of it. A nation literally built on top of a racialized underclass whose slavery was made illegal several years ago on paper, but is still carried out in practice through loopholes in the prison system, ruled by an elite class of lazy crazy, malignant Nepo babies who are treated like gods basically just for existing, and if you so much as think about hurting one of them, they will bring the full weight of the state down on your head faster than you can blink. Though, of course, that last point applies to pretty much every empire, and that is the real point of the world government. The shape of and justifications for authoritarian regimes change from country to country and era to era, but the villainy masquerading as justice is an eternal constant. Justice, alongside freedom, is one of the two thematic pillars of One Piece, and much of the story concerns itself with figuring out what precisely those two words really mean. Every pirate is living a life of freedom, or at least thinks they are, while every marine at least claims to embody justice. But just as each pirate has a very different view of freedom and who should get to enjoy it, every marine uses their own definition of justice to justify their actions, villainous or otherwise. Fujitora, the samurai admiral, practices humane justice, with an emphasis on protecting innocents over attacking criminals. A noble ideal, to be sure, but one that's immediately compromised by the company that he keeps. His efforts to protect people mostly just end up mitigating the collateral damage caused by his less humane allies, which is perhaps why he got promoted despite how many criminals he lets get away. It would certainly be a good PR move on the part of Marines who kind of need him to serve as a counterbalance to the determined justice of Ryokugyu, the cop admiral who seeks to achieve justice by violently subjugating everyone he personally deems to be undeserving of it, which is pretty much anyone who refuses to submit to the authority of his gods, the celestial dragons. Such people he doesn't even see as human anymore. Standing between those two extremes is Admiral Kizaru, a fundamentally fickle man whose ideal of justice is unclear. He's a laid-back sort of guy, some might say too laid back, inquisitive and open, if absent-minded, which makes him a fast friend to Dr. Vegapunk. But he's not particularly decisive, and rather than sorting out the complexities of justice for himself, he'd much prefer to be under orders, which he follows with ruthless efficiency, free of the responsibility of actually passing judgment himself. Though after the events at Egghead, he may no longer be able to cope through the guilt of that. His arc seems to be paralleling that of former Admiral Kuzan, whose motto of lazy justice came about as a result of his old burning sense of justice being quenched by the atrocities at Ohara, to the point you can scarcely call it justice at all. It's clear that he quit the Marines in his heart long before turning in his official resignation, and without that ideal, it's really no wonder that he ends up siding with the Blackbeard pirates after leaving, despite his kind nature. After all, as Luffy's foil, Teach is the ultimate avatar of selfish, individualistic freedom, and after a lifetime spent sacrificing his own freedom for justice, yet still being denied his final promotion by the Navy, it's only natural that Kuzan would swing all the way in the other direction. Former Fleet Admiral Sengoku's reasons for stepping down are a little more noble. His ideal of reigning justice emphasized giving the people of the world a sense of security born from knowing that the Marines were looking out for them. But when the world government sought to save face by sweeping the prison break of Blackbeard's new Titanic captains under the rug, despite the danger those criminals posed to an unwitting public, Sengoku could no longer reconcile his ideal for what the Marines should be with the reality of what they are. Though, unfortunately, his leaving paved the way for someone even worse. In keeping with his magma-based power set, the new Fleet Admiral Sakazuki's approach to justice is full scorched earth. He believes that the world will only become truly just when all of the evil in it, including potential evil, has been rooted out and purged. This is, if I may editorialize a little here, a child's view of morality. The reactionary idea that the world will become good if you can just get rid of all the bad people, as if all the suffering and death that you'd have to cause to make that happen wouldn't make you one of the worst people to ever live. But that childish outlook is right in keeping with the brand of justice endorsed by the world government itself, absolute justice, which is a pretty straightforward philosophy. Everything that opposes the world government is absolutely evil, and anything the world government does to stop it is absolutely good. Even if that means cutting down innocent civilians just to get a pirate, or testing top secret experimental weapons on children, or nuking an entire island just to uphold the official narrative. And with that being their official party line, you can probably imagine what the Marines are like as an organization, especially under Sakazuki, worse than basically all of the criminals that they're actually capable of stopping. Besides a few notable deserters, the only good Marines are the ones who've crafted their own personal code of moral justice, like Kobe, Smoker, Tashigi, and Garp. But even Garp participated, albeit reluctantly, in the God Valley genocide. He saw the same things that made his son want to kill the entire government.
What's on my dailies? I have to do hard mode still. I have... Let's go. Do this. Let's see. Yes, this. Leo. I'm going to prison.
Man, all the guys here. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever be able to forget this. Wow, all the guys here, they're so like, where do you guys come from?
Well, I of course come from a royal background. As you can see, I'm a bit of a prince myself with my coat and
Oh, you're a prince?
cabbage.
What country did you come from?
The kingdom of Fa Nation is my kingdom.
Oh, Fall Nation. I've never heard of that, but I've been wondering this whole time. Why are you holding a cabbage close to your face?
I find beauty in even the most mundane.
Did you buy that from the supermarket?
I grew it myself.
Oh, you grew it yourself?
I enjoy a bit of gardening. A royal can't waste all their days away on nothing.
Oh.
It helps you have some practical skills.
Wow, so you're a green thumb.
That's right, that's right.
Oh wow, green thumb. I never thought I'd meet a green thumb today. Wow.
If you'd like, you may have a taste of my cabbage.
Your cabbage? But don't you need it for the rest of the night?
My darling, you are enough for the rest of the night.
Oh.
I'm not worried about anything that comes after this.
자, itadako ka na.
Bro, that's my cabbage. Let me
Yo, bro, what the? Giving away the cabbage?
Look, I'm sorry, miss. He can't give you the cabbage.
I took a break.
Alright, we're gonna have to cover you for that.
Boss, please.
Yo, she's choking
Oh
on
my
your
god, that was the
cabbage.
best cabbage I've ever had in my life. Oh, I don't want to spit it out.
You should come visit Fa Nation one day. We can serve you the most delightful cabbages there.
Oh my god, will you serve me a whole salad?
Of course, my dear. I will have my servants fix you the finest of salads, and we can
my God.
enjoy it together.
I need to
to
visit.
Garden.
I need to visit one day. Wow.
Alright, I hate to step in, but the time is up.
Thank you so much, Fawn, for your time and your cabbage.
Thank you, Iris. It was my pleasure, Princess.
For your business, miss.
I didn't think I'd walk into here. Oh my god, that was a hot night. Oh, I need to lie down.
Oh boy!
Wow,
that's pretty good. Not
Started
bad.
asking me about my kingdom. I got so nervous. I didn't know what to tell her. That I'm not a real prince. Oh, I hope she believes it.
You just gotta fake it till you make it, and you did good,
Oh
baby.
man.
That girl looks a little
similar. Gonna be good tonight.
Yeah.
Got a champagne tower and everything.
You did. Congratulations. First champagne tower of the night.
Dang, a champagne tower? I wonder who's paying for that.
Yeah.
I don't know, that girl looked a little familiar. Is it just me?
Which one? The one that just
I don't know, the girl that...
It's
just a coincidence.
Oh, okay. I don't know.
Just keep working, Iric. Just keep raking in the dough, alright?
Yeah. She seems like the type who would build keyboards, but that's pretty crazy.
Oh, no. Great keyboard artists are not that common.
I see. Oh, whoever she was. What the hell? Like, that's my cabbage, bro. Like, you're not supposed to. You denied me that cabbage, and you just gave it to that girl. Like,
I mean, she did buy a whole champagne tower.
She did buy a champagne tower, right? She did do that. You're right. But yeah, boss. How was our performance with our first group of guests?
You know, you guys, you had a few hiccups there, but I think you did really good. It was a good test run because we're gonna be opening up a big event coming up with a few different guests, and I'm really excited. I think we're gonna make a lot of money tonight.
Okay.
Alright, boys, do your best.
Alrighty. Well, oh man. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit jealous of you, bro. Damn, I wanted a number.
You just gotta sell it.
Yeah, I guess I should be more forward, because I didn't earn much. God, I was too nice to that girl. Yeah, nice guys finish last. Yeah, you're right. You need a break.
You have to really dig forward.
Noted. Thank you for all these amazing advice. I'm going to.
You're on the bottom of the list right now.
I know, man. I gotta step up my game. Just be like, hey, baby girl, do you want this? Yeah. You want
What?
that?
But one what?
Like, you want the champagne tower, baby? Like,
Yeah,
next guest that you get, straight up ask them, hey, yo, baby girl, you want the champagne tower? I'll give you the champagne tower. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah. And then after that, I'm gonna be your daddy. Call me your daddy. Too far? Maybe not. Maybe
Chrono, don't make jokes like that.
Maybe that's too much. Maybe that's too forward. Okay. Take notes now.
It's probably the alcohol is getting to you.
The alcohol is kind of yeah, I think so. Anyway, let's.
Well, we still have about 5 minutes until we open up shop, so if you guys wanna, relax, chat.
Yeah,
Why don't you guys tell me about your day?
My day. Well, the night's just begun, and I already have a girl waiting for me in the lobby. All is good, my friend. All is good.
Hey, man. Don't count on it, alright? Is the lobby safe? Maybe I'll go say hi. Hey!
What, you're gonna hit her with a little PD card again?
That's my sister, you guys. That's my sister. No. She's not a sister. What a pity card.
Your sister also deserves a good time. That's all I'm saying.
This sucks.
Good though. Like she is.
Shut up, Chrono. Chrono. Keep it in your pants. That's my sister, man.
I am keeping it in my pants. I'm just saying, like.
I don't want any stains on the pants, okay? Because I gotta wash those.
Touch the head. It does make a logo though. That's cute.
Oh, boss.
Yeah.
Boss, dry cleaning.
dry cleaning.
You know, when we make enough money, maybe we can afford that.
You could take it off.
Honestly, boss, it's not the only stains gonna be here tonight. You better keep your eye on the sofas, if you know what I mean.
Trust me, I know what you mean. You gotta get the black light out in the back.
Yeah. Some girls can sweat a bit when they're nervous, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. The after hours are gonna be a lot more expensive.
Man, are we that hot?
I mean, yeah. Have you seen us? Honestly, like, dude, like, Vaughn, I ain't gay, but like, you would.
Yeah, me neither. Totally, bro. No homo, but like, if you're serious though, like, let me know, okay? Like, no homo, but like, just
yeah.
Like, let me know if you're serious.
Yeah, let me just like high five you down there if you know what I'm talking
about. I get you, man. Yeah,
High five down there?
Where are you guys gonna be playing Monopoly tonight or something?
Yo, bro.
I thought we could
we're
play
playing
some
Monopoly
Smash.
all night.
Smash Bros. Yeah.
What
character are you playing?
Yo, we should practice some of our pickup lines before the next guests come in.
Want to play some
good
Smash?
idea, man.
Yeah, like, but yeah, for Smash I main Kirby because Kirby can like suck it all.
I mean, Kirby can also turn rock hard too.
Yeah, Kirby can like eat you whole. Yeah, he can turn into anything that you want.
Oh man, I keep forgetting that Kirby's a dude.
Yeah,
Kirby's a dude.
Kirby's a dude.
Yes, Kirby's a dude.
What? Yeah. Hey yo. Yeah. Have you
So,
seen
like,
his
Chrono-
feet though? God.
Chrono,
those
if I
big
were like Kirby and you were playing Smash, would you main me?
Yeah, I would main you. You would be like my Kirby to like Kirby to my Jigglypuff, you know?
Yeah, man.
Jigglypuff and Kirby are kind of similar.
Yeah, like a lot of people ship them together in Smash for good reason.
Really? That's the first time I heard that.
But you gotta look into it more, bro.
Guess you're not really into
Smash.
Oh no, I
I'm
play
all
Black
about
Pit.
that smashing. I smash all those bros.
Dark Pit.
Yeah.
Your Dark Pit.
Dark Pit,
Yeah.
X-Light Pit.
It's not Dark Pit, it's Pitu.
Oh, it's Pitu. No, I thought it was Dark Pit.
Yeah. He's also Dark Pit, but his name was Pitu, you know.
Alright, we got 2 minutes until the event starts, so you guys remember the goal, right?
What's the goal?
The goal.
I need you guys to sell sandwiches, soda, Don Julio, a bottle of champagne, and then the champagne tower.
What's the goal price point?
What is the goal price point?
I mean, if you guys make me rich, you know, 5 million each, let's say.
Oh,
5 million.
5 million.
I see. 5 million
each.
So that's around
5 million total, okay.
5 million. That's 50,000 sandwiches. All right.
Wow,
That's right.
Sandwiches.
Is it 5 million each, boss, or is it 5 million? Oh, boss. I think.
I believe somebody stepped in.
Hey, yo. Yo, she's pretty cute.
That makeup.
No.
Konnichiwa. Yokoso. Yokoso Ministry Host Club へ。
ホストクラブですか？
はい。
任務が完璧に遂行された。かっこいい。すごい。
誰？
アイム
ポルカさん。Welcome to our host club.
Yeah. Yo,
お嬢ちゃん可愛いな。
可愛いな。
イケメンですね。
はい。
大したことないよ。
可愛いね。
君の方が全然可愛いよ。
Thank you all for watching.
すごいなんか優しいんです。
優しいとかそういうのじゃないから、本当のことなんだから。
あなたは